Gareth's commentating.
Otherwise, we get done for copyright. So we got excellent connection. Hello, 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 hello. Who can hear me? Got the old faithful. We got Butsy in the chat. We got Aussie All-Rounders back. Good to have you back, mate. Who else we got here? That's about it. Aussie All-Rounders Australia could get 450 to 500 run chase for England, and we should be right. G'day, Aussie All-Rounders. You can hear me, obviously. Yeah, no Nathan Lyon, so it'll want to be in excess of 400, I think. Otherwise, I reckon anything under 400, we'll leave the door open for England. What's your thoughts? Dan Bond from England, welcome. Morning there, evening here. Saturday night here, mate. Prime time, we're on. Yeah, we're good. Volume's good. Connection's good. Fuck. Would you believe it? I've got Coke, but probably get a Pepsi water. Come on. Ah, hello. Pizza on its way. Yeah, I've not had a drink yet. What's the time in... no work today, surely, Dan? Saturday? No office job shit going on Saturday. Be heading to the boozer soon, wouldn't you? Just approaching 11 a.m. About time for a drink, I reckon. What do you reckon? What was your... No, I only work Monday to Friday. Yeah, fucking oath. What was your drink of choice again? Not Stella Artois. It was something. Saving myself. We're doing a beer crawl on the train today. Yeah, right. I'm a cider drinker. Okay. Meow. If you're not drunk, you're dead. I don't know where you got that from, Butsy, but are you, I thought, hang on. I thought you were going to work tonight, Butsy. What's happened? I don't know if you've been tuning in, but Butsy's from WA is a chef who called in sick the last few nights. Yeah, do you watch, what was he on the other night?
Channel 10.
Channel 10. Already steady cook. Yeah, Butsy sounds sick, doesn't he? Yeah, better be safe than sorry. Get ready for that Sunday lunch, mate. Right. That's all right. Maybe the rain will... Ready, steady, cook still exists in Oz. Says Dan Bond. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I saw some... You know how they got those nostalgia posts on Instagram and that? Ready, steady, cook. What time? That was early Arvo. Just before, yeah.
I thought it was 2 to 3 or something.
No, I think it was a little bit after Jerry, because it was actually the post. It was like you had Dr. Phil, Judge Judy,
the trifecta.
The big fella who cooked.
Oh,
with the mo.
yeah.
Yeah, Huey. Yeah. He would cook about lunchtime. You'd have Dr. Phil. Then you'd have Jerry. You'd have in and around the mix. Ricky Lake. Yes. Ricky Lake. Oh, man. Yeah, bro. That's fucking... They were the simpler times. All right, I think we'll go visually live shortly. What do we got? 8 o'clock. We're about to kick off. All right. Wait. Oh, your mics are on. Yeah, beautiful. Let's fucking do it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or evening in Australia and morning in fucking England. What We are in episode 9 of Sips and the Slips, brought to you by Better Beer. And what better time to get the creator of Sips and the Slips on? We've got the two crabs. We've got two of the three crabs here. We've got Ryan McFarlane sitting to the left of the screen, and we've got Peter Fowler sitting to the right. Welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome.
Day for it as always.
Indeed.
So I said the creator of the Sips and the Slips was actually Pete, who hasn't been in front of the mic as much as he should be, but he will be moving forward. Is it Tubby? Tubby's got the bell for day 4. Yeah, so Pete come up with Sips and the Slips, which is quite catchy. Get it? Catchy? All right, so what's the score? 2 for 130, the Australians, leading by 221. What are your thoughts on where the test match stands, boys?
Yeah.
That looks like sun.
Yeah.
It looks like plenty of sun
very
here.
sunny.
I don't know what that covered. Maybe that was just at fucking 6 o'clock this morning, but it looks like it's going to be game on. Plenty of sun. Big session in the test match, I think. Big session in the test match. If we can own this session, then we're a long way to.
It's important this session. I think.
I still think I want 400 plus. Without Nathan Lyon, I think anything under 400 we leave. There's a bit of cloud there, but I think we leave a bit of little bit of the door open for England. What are your thoughts, boys? What would you be happy with? If you could pick a total right now, reasonable. Obviously, you'd say 550, but
You've got to have 400 at least on the.
I think psychologically 4 is a number where.
Is a number that's going to deter you. Yes, yeah, I agree with that.
Well, it's one of those things. I think just thinking about it now, it's almost win-win, because even if we go, fuck it, we've got no Nathan Lyon, we're just going to bat deep. It may force England into going, okay, well, we can't win this. Even the Bazball approach, we go, well, we fucking can't win it, and we're going to try and play for a draw, which we haven't done in 2 years. And either even if they do survive the draw, it'll still be like, oh, okay, where'd Bazball go? In the media, they'd be, they'll be chastised either way. But I guess they would win some of the English media over saying, oh, hang on, you can play, you do have a little bit of a game, plan B. Yeah. 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 Actually, it's interesting to see if say it did come about that they did survive for a draw. Does that kind of suit us mentally wise? Going, oh, okay, you're not sure about your game, and we hit them, or they go, hang on, we actually can flip both sides of the coin here, so it gets their press off their back. But look, that's a long way down the track. There's a lot of cricket to go here. So Australia resumed 2 for 130, leading by 221. I'm calling it right now. Steve Smith, another 100.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Sydney Sixers T20 this year mode.
Yeah.
So he's going to face up. Is it Anderson with the pill? Who was it with the rock? I don't know. We're about to find out. So first ball of day 4. That's Robinson, the pie chucker. Oh, the crowd, the bars. Oh. We'll have 4 to begin with.
Straight
Hang on, will it go for 4 more? Yeah, I think we got 4 to begin with. An inside edge from Steve Smith goes for 4, and that's just going to be the story of the day. Brilliant start.
Not a care in the world, eh?
One of the leaders of that tour is Mattress, who we've been, me and Whitey been on a few tours with. Lunatic. He's not 60. He's more like 45, 50, but. Oh, jeez, I'm fucking having a mare here. Oh, they went off for rain last night. That's right. So there was 2 balls left in the over. 134 for 2. Lead by 225. See, we got any questions for the guys? We got right make isn't working. It's unless have I got the wrong fucking. Just turn them all up. Just go that 4th one, just in case I fucked it up. No. Go all the way. Yeah, that one there. Turn that up and go the others. Just fucking go a little bit further up. How about now, guys? Test your mics.
Good. Yep, good here.
What about now, you fucking sooks?
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah, we're on. Right, any questions for the boys? For those of you who are in the know, which I'm sure most of you are, these are 2 of the main members from Smack My Pitch Up who have been actually pretty handy in the last few Australia Day T20 Big Bash. They should have made the grand final 2 years ago, and we'll touch on that throughout the 2 hours. I'm sure we will. Last year,
we threw it away.
Last year we'll hold. Last season we'll hold off because those videos are about to be released.
Yeah.
But I think you can tell by they might not have won it.
Definitely opportunities again.
A couple of controversial calls too in that recent T20.
It happens.
It
happens.
Oh yes, there was too. In
Yeah.
particular, your call.
Yes.
That's not controversial. That's just a horror call.
Horror call.
Yeah, looking back, I remember.
That determined the crabs, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
But first joke. It's not the first time Brendan's had crabs on his lounge. There's one down.
Yeah.
Keep the crab comments coming. Yeah.
Yeah, the missus be fuming with that. All right, Anderson into Smith, into Kawaja, second over the day. Brilliantly tucked up his pads. Pen these blokes in fucking both for 100, I reckon. Crowd's been really quiet this fucking whole contest.
Just the Lords.
Well, they've just been behind.
Demographic or
maybe, but they've just been behind in the Test match.
I did see the Grubs boys try to walk in dressed as ham and eggs.
Uh-huh.
They got pulled up at the door almost immediately. There's like a blanket, no fancy dress, no.
Okay.
So that might. I mean,
bowlers, no.
Yeah, he did. He yelled that out first ball.
Great timing. They probably did that for a few overs until they absolutely
got
nailed
the good
it.
One. Let's get the
Right. What do we got?
He did try to rile the crowd up for a few balls yesterday late in the arvo, although when Warner was batting. But yeah, it's a slow clap at best. You're not
Solid.
You don't hear the type of Barmy Army singing either.
Yeah.
They might not be allowed in there.
No, they're not allowed in there.
Ah,
They're not allowed in there. I saw a post from the cricket district. Actually, they're doing that watch longer themselves. I think they've got this new cricket centre that they've opened. I don't know if it's in London or whatever. It's like this. It's like a time zone for cricket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
can't remember what it's.
Can't
Can't remember what it's called, but it looks pretty cool. But yeah, you would expect at Lords, it's a bit more traditional and. Which is a shame, being 1-0 down. You'd probably want the support, the parochial support, wouldn't you?
Are they similar to us where when we tour, they play the same places in order, or does it change around?
I think it's generally, from memory, it's usually Edgbaston, Lords, then it will go Trent Bridge or Manchester. The 5th test is always at the Oval, and then 4th test is usually Headingley, or maybe 3rd test Headingley. I think that 3rd to 4th test they switch between like Trent Bridge, Manchester, Headingley. But I think usually it's been 2nd test Lords, 1st test Edgbaston, 5th test Oval, and then in between that they kind of. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's the general lay of the land there. All right, I've got some questions. Mitchy Buttsworth, greatest WCG moment you boys have been a part of?
You start off.
You're a bit, Pete's been probably, I think.
He's been there.
You've been here with us probably since the Kiwi tour.
I think I played the season after that. So I was around for the Kiwi tour, but I didn't start playing until
the season after.
Summer after.
For those of you that don't know, Pete was probably the catalyst to get it. He's been the one he probably come on boards after and around the Kiwi tour, got us on Sunrise, had a few contacts. So those appearances that you've seen on the news and that, it's largely down to Pete. He's been able to work that out. He's become an integral part of the WCG setup now. So he's been largely behind the scenes, but now he's going to be thrust into the spotlight as he deserves.
Beautiful.
So, okay, greatest WCG moment you've been a part of in the last, 4 years since you've been a part of us?
I think they're all a bit, like winning a few tests is good. I haven't had a great day. I had an okay test series last year, the first
you
couple
did.
games.
Yeah,
I've got
from
a
memory. Couple of good knocks.
Good knocks. The Barmy Army Day was good. I had a field day that day.
Yeah.
But that wasn't against much.
But good fun day.
Good fun day. Bit of everything happened. And then our year run with the Crabs. I think that was just a bit of okay, because you never know. Anyone watching it probably goes, and me myself included, when you watch it, you go, oh yeah, just knock around the backyard. It is much more difficult there. And I know the comments, oh, it's a short run, but what? I go, trust me, these boys, they throw it down. It's competitive. A nick could happen at any ball. It is one of those things where you've got to learn just to be patient. And
I think that might be a good opportunity to segue into that great but unfortunate run you've had 2 years ago. Now, for those of you who have been fans of the channel for a while, would be across most of the content. 2 years ago, look, I'll give you a clue. There's 3 blokes here, and 1 bloke won the tournament that year. I'll have you guess who it was. But in the semi-finals, the Crabs played the Nif Nuffs, who ended up playing in the grand final. And if I'm sure we'll get solid 415, who's been a bit of a stat snuffy for us for the last few weeks, but the one that got away,
probably got away. You look back at the matches though, we actually had a pretty hard. Like no one, I think even at the start of the day or the start of the tournament, we were the 3rd last pick to win, and then even in the middle of the day, they still had us bottom or first group to get knocked out. Because we played the Six Offenders, we played Nice Gary, we played 2 inches short, and then we played Mabry's team that were coming on their first year. And I think that I think I pulled that out. We had 18 or something to get, and I batted through that and got the 18 quick. And then the Nif Nuffs obviously.
Yeah, that's right. You knocked them over. You knocked. What are they called? Taking over off in the quarterfinal. Who'd you have in the group stage from memory?
Nice
we had
Gary and
Nice Gary was this. I think we had 2 inches short and Juzzo.
This year.
2 inches short is Juzzo's mob.
No, we had Nice Gary. We had Nice Gary.
He's on the way.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that's right. I think you had Nice Gary in the group stage.
Because that was when we bowled him out for 6 the first game.
Oh, was that last year?
No, that was the first. That was first.
I'll have a look here.
That was the first one. I thought no, that was this year.
I'm at the front, brother. Peter's here. You beauty. Lower ground and then back up ground. Don't you fucking eat it all on the way up.
Eat that supreme, Pete. Eat that supreme, mate.
All right, I guess Big Rhino. You've been a pretty integral part of the Crab setup.
Yeah, or coming in.
Bringing in some heat.
Yeah, bringing in the heat. Yeah, coming in that first season, that was when we had that, nice little bit of a roll on. We turned it on, and then
no coincidence that you get into the team,
it was
liven them up, and then fucking have a semi-final run.
Had a semi-final run, it was just, but it was good. No one knew me. No one knew what I could bring to the table. It was funny. It was
just sending rockets down with the left arm.
Yeah, left arm rockets.
And just slashing outside the off stump.
That's right. That's it. It was just like, and then throwing out the bat as well. Pete's instruction was just go, mate, or just see the first over off, just score your runs, and then just go to town. That was that was really the instruction. And it was,
I'll get you. Yeah, that semi-final. I think you might have. I can't remember if you copped a rough one that day as well.
I can't remember. You'd have to bring up footage.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm going to look through now to see who he's had.
Because
I think you. I think you.
I remember Nice Gary.
I think you did have him in the
we
group
had
stage
Nice
because
Gary in the group.
they knocked you out. They knocked. I don't know if you were playing that year, but they knocked because that was Dra. Dra was playing.
in there then.
That was Look at the thing. You had So they knocked you out in the quarterfinals the year before. Then you play when you had them in the group. And it was as well. Leave it with me. Let's have a look.
I remember going out to open the batting the first game, and we chased I think 6 or something, or that was something like a 5 or 6 or something, and hit a boundary and ran a single, and that was it.
You had
maximum it was 6 or something.
Last year. You had in the group stage. You had. Let's have a look. Yeah, it was Nice Gary. You beat them. And the 6 offenders. That's right. It was the 6 offenders.
6 offenders and Nice Gary.
Yeah.
Because we topped the group. I remember topping the group.
Yeah, you topped the group. We ended up playing the 6 offenders in the semi-final, and you played you played the Nif Nuffs in the other semi-final. And the last over, you've got Todd. You've taken it all the way down to the last over. They tried to hide Todd to the last over. Jakey went bang, bang, consecutive 4s. And then that one sat up for him to hit as well, and he top-edged it. Kawaja hits one to the boundary in the meantime. So the boys are starting well here on day 4. Yeah, so the one that got away, I would assume. But I think he's building something nice.
Look, it's definitely something building. We just got to, hopefully this year's tournament we can redeem ourselves and maybe try and get to that grand final appearance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't give too much away. They might win the tournament, guys, if you can judge his body language. I'll let you, for those watching, I'll let you in on a secret. Actually, I won't let you in on a secret, but you'll be very entertained with who wins the tournament. Is it a 4th title for How's That? Is it a brand new winner? I'm not sure. You'll find out in the coming weeks. But Australia 2 for 140. What's that? They lead by 231. And Pete's rocked up with the fucking goods.
I'll have one, mate.
Yeah, I need one. We'll get Pete's thought on it being the captain. But actually, I remember there was a phone call when we were at Jake's, and you were telling him that you've jumped ship and you're coming. How's that?
Brendan, what phone? Oh, yes. Oh, the Jake G up the the Badger's going to take my place in the Crabs. And I said, mate, I'm happy to walk away. If you want me to walk away, Jake, I'll walk away. He's like, I'm making a call here as the vice captain sort of thing.
I remember saying,
I said,
Brendan
probably want to
run that
Coco.
by Pete.
I think that was Brendan trying to off-shaft Coco to get right more than anything.
No, he was giving it the big one at his house, and I said, all right, we'll be a man and fucking call Pete right now. All right, I fucking will, mate.
Yeah, I do remember that. I was like, what are you on about? He goes, mate, he's been talking about this. I was like, yeah, we'll talk about it in the morning. Seems like it's...
Still the best was, as soon as Jake said that, Brendan's just gone, well, welcome to How's That with a handshake. You're going to sign a 3-year deal with How's That. Yeah, well. What are your thoughts on that, mate? Oh, look.
That'd be nice. We're pretty solid, the Crabs. I think best thing about us, I think everyone pulls their weight in a certain area. We're not relying on one or two.
Lower.
Yeah. What are you? I think I'm pepperoni one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be a shame if you guys broke. So
we
won't disclose the result of this year, but you've gone semi-final. You did okay this year.
Yeah, we're out of the group.
Yeah, the group at least. So
we got out of once again. We got out of a group we were probably told we weren't going to get out of. Yeah. We got out of there, and then can't give it away, but it would definitely, even though it was a bit earlier, it was probably another opportunity lost. I think.
Oh, still.
We had a small chase and we didn't use our heads. And that comes into it a lot where you do have to, I know it's only 4 overs, but you do have to get yourself to that last over. And
I think that's almost that's what you did 2 years ago. Were you chasing? You were chasing that last.
Chasing most of them.
Most
Yeah.
of the time, yeah.
But we had it planned out. Ryan would go in and he'd get his quick 10 or 11, and then I was just to come in and like steady it and try and get to the last over, and then have a crack, and then whatever happened at the end, could sort of bank on Jake to get a couple quick fours, or plus he's quick between the wickets. He can get a few singles if you only needed 3 or 4. So
Well, yeah, that's it. As I said before, Pete's instruction for me was see out that first over, try and score. If you can get a boundary or two, you're laughing,
yeah,
and then just see what you can do the second over.
Well,
then
while
we
you
just, then we just forgot what
While-
once the game started. We just
while you were downstairs, right? I put it to skis. What were your recollections of that final over when Todd's on the bowl and fucking Jake's gone bang bang?
I remember.
And you see, and just tell me what's going through your head when you see this next one sit up.
I've gone.
I
Yeah,
was-
Because I'm looking at it going,
it's,
we're playing the Crabs in the grand final.
Yeah.
Like, it's just slow motion.
Before that ball, I think he got it. Would he get a boundary away, and then did he get another one away?
And then he went back to back, and you just
And then
thinking,
I said to him, then because we only needed like 3 or something,
Yeah.
and there was still 3 deliveries left.
Pick
I
it.
remember being in that bottom corner going, Jake, just tap it and run. Just tap it and run. They're not going to run you out. And I'm pretty sure I got this.
I think, to be fair,
it did sit up.
he should be putting
beautifully.
that away.
Yeah, it
He
sat
just
up
lost
nice.
his shape. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it was. But I don't think even we knew until the day had finished that we were like, fuck, we were pretty
did
pretty
well.
close there.
Yeah.
Like,
Close, eh?
we didn't realize how close we were. So, and
I think-
we had hard enough games in that day to go. All right, we can
compete.
we can go okay.
well, I think you're a very underrated side where, particularly with skis in now,
Yeah,
where you got him as your strike bowler, he can bat as well. You can turn it on, and Jakey. So you've got a,
Well,
you've got. A, I
Jakey
think you've
got
got a
more
very
wickets.
unpredictable.
Yeah, Jakey was.
Jakey
I think
got
you're
more
like
wickets.
almost the Pakistan of the fucking tournament, where you got
Yeah.
you'll either turn it on
yeah.
and beat him,
Yeah.
or you'll be not. Actually, that's not fair to say either, because the 2 years since you guys have been together, it's been a semi-final and obviously a good result this year. Not the chocolates you wanted, but
And we've had hard.
out of the group both years.
I think in our groups, we've never had one of those groups where there is a definite third place either.
No,
Like-
no, we've always
Like
had.
we haven't had really hard draws, but we've never had the draw where you sort of go, oh, okay,
we're gonna get
through.
cruise this and get straight through.
So
and-
Well, last year the 6 offenders made the semi-finals against us, and they were in your group. We just checked it out. It was 6
yeah,
offenders.
yeah.
So
We've played, I think
very
actually,
rarely-
even
We've got the
them,
twins
we've played
in-
them every time.
we've had
very
them
rarely
every
does-
time.
does
Because I
the-
think that first year when we made the semis, we beat them by 1 or 2 runs to get through, and they got knocked out because it was
Yeah.
we got a bonus. We got a bonus point
Yeah.
point,
somewhere.
yes.
Yeah.
I think that was the nice Gary in the beginning
Mm.
because we bowled them out for like 5 or 6 or something, and then
yeah, you got the bonus point against them,
Them,
and
yeah.
then it was just a winner takes all.
Yeah.
And Riley hit it straight into the bin from memory.
yeah, I think
And after they won the first match,
They had a fight outside.
we were talking about that on day 2, actually.
twins were having a fight outside.
I'm telling you, when Riley and Daniel rocked up here, they were nearly punching on it on the way in.
Like how he reverse parked or
just I don't know. Riley likes to G it up apparently, and Dan's like, "You just never shut up. You just never know when to shut up."
the boys know, but you see him there during the day going, oh,
Shot.
watch this.
Get
and
through?
they just
They got
poke
through.
Riley. He tees off.
Another boundary for Smith.
But I forgot when you said like best memory there, the Arvo with Steve Waugh would be like, we wouldn't have thought something like that would have happened like
Absolutely.
ever. Like we probably haven't touched on that in the chats yet.
No, I don't think we haven't talked about it, which is probably a good thing to talk about. It's one of those things where you see him walk through the back, and it's like, fuck, that's actually happened.
Yeah,
That actually just
he's
happened.
interested in what we're doing
Mm.
and just appreciated the effort that Whitey had put in at yourself. It was almost like a tip of the cap of like, okay, he's having a crack here.
Had arguably our greatest ever skipper walk into WCG and take photos. It's just like, and we were able to
Having a
send,
bat on it.
we're able to
Having a
send a few
bat,
down.
Having a bat
Yeah.
on it too.
One or two of my boys might have knocked his pearls over, you know what I mean? But I think You could see it in his eyes too. He goes, okay, and then I think he just went, fuck these pricks. Okay,
Yeah,
these
he
guys are
turned
on.
it on.
These
I
guys
think
are on. Then he started to whack a few.
Yeah, he gave us maybe 3 or 4 overs where he just like paddled in, and then he just went, all right, whack, Whitey, whack, you whack,
Yeah.
Nice
you
shot
whack.
there from Smith.
Just
Another one down the ground.
Wow.
Smith is on. He goes to 19. Kawaja 63 not out. The Aussies 2 for 149, a lead of 240. Yeah, that's
That is a beautiful shot.
it's the best thing about what we're doing here is that even if it was to stop tomorrow, you'd still look back in awe and go, "Fuck, we achieved a bit, didn't we?"
Yeah.
But it's only just beginning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me give you the hot tip.
Oh, another great
Shot.
shot.
That was-
And there's more
That
runs.
was nice.
Wow.
That was
I'm
just
telling
like a
you, book
push.
him in, book us in. This session, if it's ours, we've taken a giant step towards the Ashes, and I think Ben Stokes knows that.
Yeah, we just got 12 off this over.
The 150 up. I don't know. Do you reckon there's a bit of a rift going on in the English ranks? It just seems like no one talks to each other. I reckon Anderson's a bit of a prick, to be honest.
But he'd be
He
close,
just-
he'd
he
be
just
close
sta-
to winding up, and he's probably
He
like,
just seems like a fucking prick. Just real. I don't know.
well, he complained about the pitch in the media
Oh, yeah.
at the start of the week because he was like something about, if they're just going to serve it up for the batters, why am I
Yeah.
running in for 3 days straight, just copping it? Like, fair
Because-
point.
Which is ironic because in the lead up, Ben Stokes was like, I've been clear to the curators. I want flat tracks because I want to play baseball. So if that's the message going,
Yeah,
that's the message coming out of England, and then
you just asking the bowlers to
Anderson,
run up.
but Anderson turns around and goes, well, actually no, if you keep serving these up, I'm redundant.
I'm not interested.
Maybe that's a message to Stokes. Maybe that's what he's saying. He goes, mate, if you're going to serve this up, you may as well
What's
pick
the
someone
point
else.
of me? I might as well just
Mm.
be lobbing them down
Might as
there.
well just, finish up.
But there was also that call yesterday, the DRS, where Root was like in the slips going, yeah, call it. And everyone else was a bit like, nah, they went back and reviewed it. Was it Warner or Kawaja early on?
I'm not sure. I missed it. I think
And
I fell asleep.
He pulled it like the last 2 seconds, he called for it, and Joe Root's in the back going, yeah, definite, no. And then it was nowhere near, and they're going, We kind of don't see that in a lot of other teams. They kind of, captain either calls it and they all just hush down and whatever, or...
Well, that was a point. I can't remember who made the point, but at the back end of the first Test match, when they were figuring out who to bowl and what to do, there was a
Yeah.
congregation of about 6 to 7 blokes, and the argument was, well, okay, well, who's leading that side?
You just want your captain to pick up the ball and go.
Mm.
And if there's a bit of noise, but it's still nothing.
Which is fine. You want Joe Root to kind of be he used to be captain of the side. He's the best batsman arguably in the world at the moment. You'd expect to be able to go for him for counsel.
Yeah.
But if you've got 6 or 7 blokes wanting to get around and have their say, that suggests a lack of leadership. Unless that's the way Stokes wants to run his game and he's got everyone having a chirp. But I just think if there's too many fucking Indians and not enough Chiefs, then it doesn't really work, does it?
This has always not confused me. Like, my background's always in like soccer and team sports. Played cricket, but I still don't get the whole, once you're on the field, nothing's coached, It's just the captain making the calls. Like, whereas you see footy now, take the 2, take the whatever. You've got a captain, but you don't really have someone not hearing everything around him, making decisions for a team,
Yeah.
which I find it odd that hasn't changed in cricket yet.
Sorry, I just I steered clear of the chat there for a sec. So let's have a look and see what. But yeah, so the
Just 1 sec, Bobby wants to say hello to everyone.
yeah, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
What's the time?
Hi, Bobby.
8:30. That's a late one.
Oh.
Enjoy that, Mum. Have fun.
Someone's bedtime.
Yeah, she's asked why I'm wearing a bib. Just
Why's Daddy wearing a bib? That's my bib.
An orange bib.
All right. So, in recapping all that, Steve Waugh, massive, Crabs choked. But they'll be there or thereabouts moving forward. I got no doubt about that. And they'll
Look, we're competitive. That's all that matters.
Mm.
We're competitive.
And that's our mindset every year. We never rock up going, "Oh, we're going to win this."
We're going to win.
Whatever.
We're going to compete. We're going to compete. And give
Let's just be a nuisance. Whatever group we're in, we'll just be a nuisance.
well, it's almost like a bit of a liberation, isn't it? Just to.
Yeah.
But you got enough about like. There's definitely like
Oh,
you should have won that semi-final, and then when you're in a coin flip grand final,
that's right. It's anyone's.
it's anyone's game. So you
I
just
think
never
with
know.
a lot of the teams, it's like, oh, if he gets out, they're in trouble. If he's not bowling well, they're in trouble. Whereas with us, no one looks at it and goes, "Oh shit, if we get Ryan early, or shit, if we get Peter." Like no one really looks.
Nah,
Because
you've
there's
gotta
no,
get through every-
we're
you've gotta
all
get through
pretty.
Yeah, I would say with the ball, you would earmark
Yeah,
Ryan as the prep.
Yeah, I'm.
But it's not to
anchoring.
say that it's not to say that yourself or not to say that yourself or Jake.
Jake did
Uh,
most wickets last year.
It's not to say that you guys can't pick up wickets or
No.
a
Yeah.
foreign to picking up wickets at WCG, but with the bat, yeah, there's
We're all going to.
that's what I think you've got in your arsenal. All three of you are attacking,
Yeah.
and if it comes off,
Yeah, we get.
It comes
we
off.
get to 20 pretty quick. Like,
Yeah.
there's no dying wondering we're going to go at you.
yeah.
It's the only way we play, and yeah,
In that format, it works wonders.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally.
But at the end of the day, how many titles do you have? 0. So
Funny beating.
Yeah, we've only had 2
Averages.
cracks of it.
just all credit to
It's
the
all about
boys.
the average. We compete. That's all that matters.
All right, what are we
End
going
of
to
the day, cricket's the winner. That's what you want.
Aussie all-rounders. I remember seeing you guys on Sunrise, Been on there a couple of times.
That was a
And,
good morning too. That first morning was pretty fun.
Well, that's just such a new experience for all of us. You go, we're on TV. Like. I remember I was on Channel 9 when I was playing rep cricket. Just another flex, you know what I mean? But no, it was with actually Steve Waugh and John Williamson. We played, they were playing like True Blue or something, and we were pups and that. But you don't know, you're just a kid. You're not. But to be an adult and be on telly and be like them, you know, it's cool, and it's recognition for what we're doing.
You've got to work out your wardrobe though when you're going to be on TV.
Yeah, well, yeah.
As I put in another slice.
As my partner, my lovely partner, suggested that why the fuck were you wearing white if you're trying to hide your fucking? What are you doing? And even watching it in retrospect, just going, oh shit. So I've been indulging the last year and a bit. Yeah.
That explains Brennan's performances with the test series and everything else that's been going on. The 1 day was it the 1 day test? No, we're at test series. That explains Brennan's
never
poor
won a 1
form
dayer.
with the bat.
But do I win it this year? Stay tuned. Oh, here we go. All right, so what do we got? Butsy asked, what's the pitch length compared to regulation? Our one's about, I think stump to stump, you're pushing 14, 15 metres. I think crease to crease, it's about 12 metres. I think if you go,
Slightly uphill.
I think it's around,
It is
14.
slightly uphill.
I think it's about 14 and a half. Yeah, 14 and a half stump to stump. So, yeah, crease to crease is about 12 metres.
Sun's out.
Yeah, sun's out, guns out. Ryan's opened the seal for the night. Like you should have heard Daniel when he was pissing here the other night. It was like a fucking fire hydrant was
I
going
didn't hear
off.
it in the mics, but I could hear you.
No, yeah, it was.
could hear you
I was
going,
just
"What?"
like, wow, is everything okay in there?
Well done at Domino's. 15 minutes delivery.
Yeah,
Going
good in
out there.
Campbelltown.
Good job.
I'm actually a big fan.
Yeah, it's not bad, eh? Like compared to the old cardboard you used to get.
Would you say you're a Pizza Hut or a Domino's? Or either?
Domino's.
Yeah, I'm a Domino. I think I'm a Domino's.
I think I'm a Domino's.
If you're listening, WCG Backyard Cricket, sponsor the lads. What better to wash the dominoes down than with a bit of beer?
I think those boys are in Iceland at the moment. What a
Was
life.
that Aurora Borealis?
Aurora Borealis.
They made quite a lot for themselves, the legends.
Yeah.
Solid 415. Don't remember that, to be honest. What are you talking about in particular? I think this telecast is quite behind.
I'll go slice. Throw it off.
You want ends or middles?
I'll go middle.
Yeah,
Yeah, just throw it.
Yeah, none of that end stuff. None of that end stuff.
No flavour on the ends, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I'll take, there's still a bit of grease on it, but you need the middle. Solid 415 says definitely not Australia. It's definitely not How's That winning this year because it's an odd year. And he knows that because every year that we win, so well, it's gone. We won the first year. We won the third year. We made the final in the fifth year. We won the seventh year, and this was the eighth year. Every second year, we tend to either make the grand final or win it. So the pretty good observation there from Solid 415, our friend from India. But you never know. You never know. Solid 415 again. Talk about Ryan Schaefer in the group stage and the final match first wet up Australia 2021. He was unplayable that day. Unplayable. Unfortunately, he's been a bit busy with things in the last year and a bit, so he's been a bit MIA from the WCG in recent times, but we're working to get that sorted.
His missus might not be far away either.
I remember speaking to him on Australia Day, and he said that
Close,
said that it's happening.
She was at soccer the other week and she was.
Look, if I'm going to talk about him on 2021, Australia Day, he was unplayable. Best on ground by far. Probably the most, at least one of the most emphatic displays from start to finish that you've ever seen from a player when Young Money, Cash Money won their first ever title.
Is that our first year?
No, there might have been. That was
Might have been
2021, 2022, 2023. You were 2022 and then 2023. I think it was Dra.
Oh, yeah, Dra.
You got beat by Nice Gary in the quarterfinal. Josh Bolling of all.
There's another year we got to the...
Josh Bolling.
Yeah, Bolling got 21
You
or
had them in
something.
trouble.
Yeah.
And Josh Bolling got 20-odd not out and got him through. So, yeah, three knockout stage appearances for you. So you're at the top echelon of the You can't win it if you don't make the knockout stage, and you've done it
That's
3
right.
occasions. So
Anyone's game in the knockout ones.
Oh,
Trying to be the short stuff there.
at 125 clicks is bold.
Let's just do what they did and see if it works for us.
All right. What else have we got here? So this is going along nicely. 2 for 156, a lead of 247. Aussie All-Rounders asked, who's your favourite current Australian players? Or player or players?
I rate it based on who would I have a beer with and find that conversation interesting. The only bloke is Travis Head, followed by Lion.
Yeah.
You've hit the nail.
if you watch those docos with that test
Yeah.
and stuff, I just looked at that group and thought, nah. like, obviously can play cricket, obviously can whatever, but I looked at Travis Head and just thought, okay, he's a bloke decided played a bit of kids cricket, grade cricket, got some talent, and he just knuckled down. He's a bit of I think he's a bit of a throwback to what we grew up seeing, like
Particularly with the moustache he's got going on now.
like a bloke you'd see at the pub who could go out on a weekend and just crack it. But yeah, that's just me. I like Travis Head. Obviously Smith, you want to watch him bat all the time, but
If you were to hang
Yeah.
out with Smith, you'd probably just be in his hotel room shadow.
yeah. But that's how I rate people in general. Is like, could I be stuck at a wedding table with this bloke and find it a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm the same. Travis Head. Both the blokes I'd want to sit down and have a beer with.
yeah, I think Nathan Lyon's a clear standout for me, as just blokes having a beer. Smith and Marnus would be a bit. It'd be interesting to know what they're like. I did do it a bit of a weird flex that well, not a weird flex, but I did kind of play at a schoolboys team with Steve Smith when I was 18. Long time between drinks. We're 34 now, so
He's doing
Yeah.
all right. He's doing,
yeah, he's fine. Yeah,
He's got all the good things.
one life went one way and one went the other, and that's fine, you know.
It happens.
There's some days he
But-
might wake up and want your life.
He goes, "Oh fuck! I wish I was a part of that backyard setup." Yeah, I'd probably. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Travis Head and Nathan Lyon are probably the stand. I reckon Hazelwood, Josh Hazelwood seems like he'd be alright on the drink. Yeah. Apart from that,
I think too, when we were younger, most of the cricket players were accessible. Like, they'd rock up at
shot.
Bankstown Oval and you'd see Mark or Steve Waugh, and you'd see him like it's Steve's Mark Waugh with the tab form sitting there in there waiting to bat. You just thought, oh yeah, it's just like me old man. You had that sort of thought. Whereas, I mean, I think it's just probably sport in general now. You're either kept away from everyone, you live your own little life, or
I suppose, yeah, they're probably, given the social media age, it's just non-stop.
and it's probably safer for them just to not interact with people anymore because everything comes back to.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so I think the two standouts are probably Travis Head and Nathan Lyon for those. Who was it? I think it was Butsy that asked that. The lead 250. So
We did.
without a wicket loss this morning, so I think that's pretty handy.
We have reached out to Travis Head's management that has talked to us a bit.
So if you're listening, Travis Head or Travis Head's management,
Yeah.
we've just given him a rap.
He
Get
offered
around us.
Yeah, he offered us Boof.
Wolf would be right.
Wolf would be right.
If you're talking about having a beer with, Wolf would
Yeah,
be.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. And I think that's where that's something we would figure out too. Is if we could have the ultimate. I know we can always go, oh yeah, he's the best player, but who would you want as the top 10 Australians to come to the WCG purely for barbecue, beers, and a good game of cricket? Like, so you're almost picking character-wise.
Absolutely. I got through for a single there. So 2 for 160, lead 251. All right, so we got. So there are current Australian players. They won't flat pitches to do baseball yet. Aussies would thrive on flat pitches. Yep, as evidenced in the first Test match, we're pretty much known as flat track bullies. So I think it showed that if you're serving up a flat track, then we're going to be at least in the contest. And they've got a man back. Oh, well fielded. I think they got 3 there on the leg side. Another one of these proactive fields that.
Sticking along.
Oh, that'd be a shame.
Don't dive with your fingers pointing into
Yeah,
the
Uh-huh.
ground.
Ground, eh?
Dive with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a coach, but Basball helps Travis Head. Well, Travis Head would get a start in that England side, you would think. He's been playing Basball for 2 years, Travis Head, since the last time England were out in Australia.
Well, he was in and out when he first came in. Because only reason that first time they filmed that test
Oh,
thing,
wow, that stayed.
he was coming in and out, and same as Kawaja. And then I think he had one big score. I don't know if it was Sri Lanka or somewhere, like in the last year or two, and he hasn't sort of taken a backward step. Plus, that was something else I liked about him in that he didn't just walk in and throw his bat at the sheds. He just went about his business until,
Mitch Busworth says Domino's all day.
Remember when crust was a big thing? I haven't had a good crust pizza.
I can't say I had many, if any. Not by choice, anyway, not that I knew. I just think I've always just gone Domino's because I've got the app and it's easier to
Easy to get it here.
easier to order. Two for 163, a lead of 254. No wickets lost this morning from the Aussies, which is fucking fantastic. 663, not quite. Oh.
What was your first memory, Brendan, of something you remember from like a Aussie game? Was not even your first one. What's like when you're in primary school or?
I'd say there's two. There's Shane Warne's hat-trick against England, I think it was 93, 94, just on telly. And I remember the first game I ever went to was a one-day Australia-Pakistan. My mum took me on my birthday. Remember there was this chick with massive cans. And I was, how old was I? I would have been 96. I would have been like 7 years old. And I was just like, wow, dressed as Wonder Woman. I was like, yeah, nice. And we lost. I think we lost that game. They're my earliest memories. My old man throwing me underarm balls in the backyard, maybe. Yeah. Yours?
I always still just remember where I was when like Bevan hit that, like against the Windies.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
that's up there.
I remember patches of stuff of like watching a test match here or there, but that's probably like the biggest thing where you watched it and thought, that's fucking amazing. Like, 'cause it didn't happen that often back then where those games got close or there wasn't any T20 or things like that. So over summer, beautiful year, we'd be on holiday somewhere. You'd go to the beach while the first team batted, get home, have your shower, be in your PJs, and then watch like the last 20 overs or whatever. Like I remember that as a kid.
That was growing up, wasn't it?
Yeah. And just Bill Laurie and Tony Gregg just...
Oh, the crowd, the bars. But yours, big skis?
No, mine would be just, watching like Glenn McGrath, Warney.
You had a great
Lee.
great generation when you would have...
Yeah, just as a young kid coming home from school, sitting on the couch with my old man, trying to watch.
That's right. How old are you?
27 now.
Just a fucking pup, isn't he?
Pup.
Yeah, we're a bit older. I'm 34. You're
39-ish year.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be mine.
Yeah, so we're a bit further on the line than
further
you.
down the line.
Well,
and just
we still had
watching-
McGrath, Warne.
Always
I think we were in that age where we were just starting to go to the pub where you could see them like smash, like even Gilly in those early.
Yeah.
You'd want to watch the first 10 overs of any ODI match.
ODI match.
Gilly would just go berserk.
Yeah.
And in his own way, you were seeing like cricket transform where your wicket keeper, like we'd grown up watching Healy, and you'd watch Healy back, go, oh, he got 25, 30 or whatever, or 50. Go, fuck, that's awesome. And then Gilly came in, and just every team had to have a wicket keeper batsman.
He just changed the fucking game, didn't he? What we got? Aussie all-rounders. WCG, what do you think about the ICC World Cup Europe? I did see this. I'm not 100% sure on what this is. Like, how can you call it a World Cup when it's just Europe countries like Belgium and Germany laughing my ass off?
So it should be the ICC European
Yeah,
Cup.
the European Championships.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. I did see it, but I can't say I'm across it. I know that there's the World Cup qualifiers are on now, and that's the real shit that matters, and the Windies are in big, big trouble. As me and Whitey left the Willows today, it was like they were 5 for 30 odd batting first against Scotland.
Shit. And then the Netherlands just... Did you see that field they were playing at looked like they were playing at Crest?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
all horses in paddocks and blokes couldn't get the ball back because I was like, whoa.
Yeah, Bulawayo. That's actually a recognised test venue.
was
I think
just
it's
like,
changed a lot over the last few years, but yeah, it
Camden
looked like they're
Showground.
playing.
It's like,
Yeah. They're playing at the Crest,
Played at Camden Showground.
and there's a delay here. The ball's stuck in a tree.
It's just, and the kid just going, I don't want to go get it. And like,
Oh,
So,
bumper there from Alan Tongue.
bumper tongue. Still the best sign at NRL. Who needs a good tongue? Oh, who needs a big willy when you got a good tongue? Alan Tongue.
Speaking of rugby league, Pete, did you see the result tonight between the Cowboys and the Tigers?
Oh, I always see the Tigers score, man.
He would say he would see the Tigers scores all the time because he's a Tigers fan. Would you just like to let us know? Because I didn't see any of the game, mate. What was the score?
I think they cracked. It would have been nice to see them get a point a minute, just to know you're involved in some sort of record breaking.
Just shy.
Could that wouldn't have been a high score in NRL days? I know there's been some blowouts.
I'm sure there's going to be an 80.
Early, yeah.
There's got to be an 80 in there somewhere, but 74 would have to be up there.
Yeah.
I
I'm
didn't
good.
open this
I'm
one.
good.
No, I'm good. Someone up.
Mate, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I can just refer to being a Newcastle supporter for so long, and now that's coming good. So at some point, the Tigers could always come good.
Yeah, when they get taken over by Saudi investment.
Yeah, we can only hope.
So yeah, to answer that, yeah, I'm not 100% sure on what it is, mate. Whether it's just a lower tier tournament that they're trying to do to build the profile of the game. I'm
Does
not
England
sure.
qualify for that, or are they not counted as Europe?
Who's that?
England.
Nah, because this would be like a third or fourth tier thing.
So Ireland, Scotland wouldn't be.
Nah, they're in this World Cup qualifier stuff.
Okay.
So I think it's even like tiers below. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on what it is, but yeah, it'd be a few tiers below, mate. I think if Belgium and Germany are playing in the final or whatever, then you'd be mistaken to think it's fucking soccer.
Yeah.
If you said European Championship, or just anything, European, Belgium, Germany, if you said cricket, I'd fucking, even the most fervent follower of cricket wouldn't probably know what you're talking about. I've missed a boundary there, haven't I? Fucking, we're scoring a bit of a rate this morning. Fucking
Yeah.
can't keep up.
Kawhi just ticking along.
both are getting some runs nicely.
Dominoes all day. What's your thoughts on Aussie getting to the total and declaring as soon as they do, or reaching a score and then batting longer to give them less time to chase? You'd like to think that, I don't know, the modern game has changed a little bit. If you had 400 on the board, you'd never get chased down. But
It has been done.
now, especially with England, the way they play the game, yeah, I'd say I'd be comfortable with, give me 420. If you gave me 420 right now,
Oh.
and it looks like there's some, as we say that, Steve Smith has just backed away and played this sort of squat. He's on the ground at the moment.
The ball's chased him, but he's.
I've-
But yeah,
swatted
I've
it
noticed
away
in the
like
last
a
few overs,
fly.
Kawaja's embarrassed for him.
Kawaj has backed away a few times as well. So I wonder if they've got some sort of, it looks like they want to go a bit more aggressive, or whether they're just trying to weather this short stuff. But if you gave me 420 right now, for the bong smokers out there, if you gave me 420 right now, I'd be happy. I'd take it. No Nathan Lyon is a factor as well,
Oh, your
or
car.
bang on.
Bit slower.
No Nathan Lyon is a factor, Butsy, to be honest. So, yeah, give me 420 without Nathan Lyon, I'll take it. And I'd say to get there, you'd have to think that it's going to be close to tee. Thoughts, boys? What would you, as I said, I think I asked you this before, but as things stand right now, what number and what time of the match would you realistically like to see things? Let's just assume that Australia are declaring. Let's just say that these two are just going to go along nicely. And at tee, we're going to go 90 runs a session. So you're looking at, we would be, what's that? You would be 300, so the lead. You'd be about 410, 420 ahead.
I say anything about the 400 mark. And then you'd want to be going in to have a bowl in that final session today. You just want to see if you can get something.
That means you're asking England to score at 100 runs a session.
You want to put England in a spot where they know you're trying to win, not trying to draw the game.
Yeah.
So,
shot.
That's a good shot.
That is a brilliant shot.
We'll have four more for Uzi, who's moved into the 70s.
We could put 500 on them, but if it doesn't give you enough time to bowl them out the next day, they'll just sit there and play for the draw. So I think you need to force their hand a little.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks, the way this is happening, you'd think we're going to hit 400 sooner than we might have thought. Do you reckon much of the batting order changes if we do need just some quick runs, or it stays?
Maybe Kerry goes above Green, but Green can slog it too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, sucks shit.
Something.
There was plenty on it.
Wow.
Is it? Yeah, he's giving runs.
He's trying to catch it one-handed. You reckon he could have just turned around two hands?
Maybe run.
Cheeseburger Bairstow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's got to rise from the crowd. Bairstow's dropped the top edge. It's a tough one. He was going back. Robinson.
Off the glove?
No, bottom edge onto the shoulder.
Into the shoulder. This could be two hands, I reckon. He's gone one.
Yeah, he's gone the one.
He could have gone to one.
He's gone the big spectacular look. If he's taken one.
Still I think two.
Bit of Johnny Dyson about that.
Yeah.
Takes one or two more steps back. It's
Cheeseburger Bairstow. If it was a crowd, there's a man down there. If there was a crowd member trying to put oil on the pitch, he'd manhandle that, but not a cricket ball apparently.
Has anything happened with that? Like, has the world stopped using oil since that happened?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh,
they've just decommissioned every car in the world.
Oh well.
Yeah, so it wasn't for nothing.
No.
Nice little stint in jail for. All right, Mitch Buttsworth, I think it's more to what we were talking before. Travis Head is the bloke you meet at the pub on a Friday night who's on holiday and says he can play, so you get him to be a ring-in because you're short Saturday, and he gets a ton, so you buy him. Okay.
That's a little bit like a Nick Tantos.
Nah. Yeah, Nick Tantos, good player.
A little bit like that. A little bit of a ring-in like that. You send him down from Newcastle. He's feeling for a Brendan's 11.
It might be permanent. You reckon the Babes team's a permanent fixture now?
With the boys?
Yeah.
Fuck. You really want to have that conversation with Ness, or?
Vanessa's
more than happy just to be around.
She likes being around. She likes having a.
Well, Connie's got a pup now.
Yeah.
I don't know what their plans are. If Australia Day's a few months away, obviously Brooks potentially decommissioned for a little while. So maybe Badger and Nick, who are quite feminine men.
Yeah, well manicured.
Yeah, with Sammy as a captain. Yeah, they went well in this tournament. That's one side you want to follow.
Yeah, adds another element to it too now. Like Nick can play.
The non-gender babes.
Yeah.
Non-binary babes. Yeah. Well, I guess that's a conversation that the ladies will have to have. The Windies.
Sam's gonna have to have
you just give Vanessa fielding duties. She doesn't want to bat or bowl.
Yeah, her fielding duties have been fantastic. Mitch Buttsworth again. If Green doesn't make runs this innings, do you think they should give someone else a run? I know he's a decent bowler and fielder, and others are making the runs, but he's there for his batting. He's also probably there as the greatest fucking gully fieldsman of all time by the way things are going.
Yeah.
I would keep him. I think look, we persevered with Shane Watson for fucking years.
Yeah.
We persevered with Mitch Marsh for a while. I think Cameron Green's...
There's scores in him.
I
think
get
he's
where
a
this
good
comes from. I get where I'm not sure what his average is at the moment, but I say it wouldn't be much more than the 30s, which from a number 6, not the worst thing in the world. He's young. I persevere, personally. His bowling's actually... It's not actually the batting I'm worried about, and it's not the fielding, obviously. I think it's more the bowling. I thought he'd have more impact with the ball than what he has. He bowls 140 clicks. He's tall. He just... I don't know, for whatever reason...
He had a good summer here, though.
Did he? Maybe a decent summer with the ball, but I
bat.
thought like he bowls. He almost is the quickest bowler in the side, apart from Stark. But he bowls regularly 140 clicks. He's tall as. I would have thought he'd just have more impact with the ball. For whatever reason, I don't think he has. I personally persevere, boys.
Yeah, I persevere.
I think Tubby and that's labelled him as like one of the next greatest cricketers. So
Yeah.
he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything brilliant, but he's not doing anything.
For his catching
Bad.
alone, it'd be hard to say.
Yeah, they talked about that last night too. When they had Hornswoggle in the gully, and they were like,
So you'd love that one. That's one
Yeah,
I've heard.
I nearly wrote.
That's
in.
one I've heard. I had no idea who Hornswoggle was.
Yeah, I nearly wrote in and gave you a lesson. I thought,
Just in time,
yeah,
he'll
but
learn.
he made a good point. He's like, had him in gully. Green's there a metre further away from what it was from Hornswoggle. Green swallows it up.
Yeah.
So having that big body and a gun fielder there.
The way he gets down too, and he
get
just
2 or
doesn't
3
drop him.
opportunities and he
As well.
takes one
Yeah.
where he needs it right in his breadbasket if he's going to do anything in that spot. Where, yeah,
Yeah, I keep him. I'd probably just say to him, look, that's probably what they've said to him as well. Just, you're in. Like,
The time's going to come.
yeah, like, you back him in, I think, because he is the next, like, it's a case with Warner as well. It's like, okay, and I've been guilty of it as well, but, okay, we're going to drop him. Who for?
for what? Yeah,
Yeah, what do you
Like, okay, Cameron Green goes. What
what do you
is it?
think?
Is it Mitch Marsh? Like, really? Probably not.
'Cause even watching Warner last night, that looked like a difficult couple of hours. They weren't getting runs, they weren't whatever, and he still steadied himself and hung in.
Yeah.
So at least he's got that cricket nous about his head to know when to go and when I've just got to. You might not be getting runs, but you're putting the other team in a bit of doubt if they're not getting wickets.
Yeah, well, look, he made 66 in the first inning, so he's probably cemented his spot to the next Ashes. But we all know that he's apparently wanting to pull the pin the next home series, so he's probably secured that, unless he just has a horrible run in the next few Test matches. But yeah, I think that's what Ian Chappell said as well. Ian Chappell said, well, okay, it's well and good wanting to drop Warner. Who's in? Who replaces him?
Did you watch that Chapel thing?
No, I didn't. I didn't. Was it good at least?
Yeah.
Like, I know it would have been frosty.
Oh, I got to the end. Neither of them took it backwards. Like it ended both with them both. Nah. But I didn't know he had talked about the early days, like what kicked it off.
Yeah.
And Chappell just did not go away from the story. It seemed like it just grabbed him and he did not let it go for X amount of years. Then they had him in one of the Ashes series. They brought him into the commentary booth and they had like an interview with Ray Martin. Like, oh, we'll have a beer after the match, and Angie goes, "Well, I certainly won't be."
Yeah.
And then it cut. Then it cut to like Chappell now. He goes, "Well, I didn't want to work with him, blah blah blah." So I said nothing. Then it showed the footage of the cricket like we're watching now. And it was just crickets. He just didn't comment on anything.
Yeah.
And he'd go, and that's the end of the over.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's it. He goes, and then by the next game, I wasn't working with him anymore because I just. But
It's genuine fucking.
oh, they put them both in the room at the end with each other, and I thought, oh yeah, 2 old blokes might shake hands, and they just fucking went at each other again. But apparently, both of them pulled him up in a car park in Adelaide after one match.
Yeah,
called him
I've
a
heard about that.
Called him a prig or something and whatever, and he just said, all right, that's it, let's finish this now. And the producer or whatever kept getting in between them. he goes, yeah, I was walking to my car and he just said something. I go, that's it. It's got to end. This was like 20 years after the first thing had happened. But Chapel just did not let anything go. And even when it looked like both of them would have for a bit, Chapel just said something. He just fuck this. Like, yeah.
You could see, like, even in the previews, you could just see that there's a lot of awkwardness, but you could just see from Chapel, he was just like, I don't want to fucking borrow this prick at all.
And he didn't take a backwards step with anything. Like, he just did not. Yeah, he called him a coward to his face, called him like lit him up a bit, and then both of them went up back at him for a while. And I thought, Channel 9's done wonders here trying to get them together and like smooth something over, and then they just fucking not having it. And both of them got up and walked out. Like, that bit only went for like 3 minutes out of the whole hour-long show. It was like the build-up, because that must only been all they've got out of him. Yeah,
you can see it was like they just walked in and they just both knew that, like, nah, this ain't happening.
Producer behind it going, is there anything nice you could say about him? And like,
doesn't Chapel say he's a coward and this and that, and that's probably the nice thing?
He was a pretty good cricket player, he had a good whatever, and then Chapel said that's what the nicest thing you could say about him, and then both were just like, he's just kind of, I've broken more records than you would ever, like, just Chapel's like the old school cricket fucking mentality, just I felt half sorry, like the bloke's old, but you know blokes like that at the pub too, that didn't matter what you would say to him.
Well, they got him together, so they must have paid him a little bit.
Yeah, well,
they must
Chapel just sold his house at overlooking the harbour. It was like something at 8 million.
Okay, so he didn't need the coin then.
Didn't need it. Nah, but yeah, it was just odd. You'd think he just did not take a backward step. But
so Channel 9 thought this is going to be a fucking great bit of content, and they've literally
perfect timing. Like,
they got 3 minutes out of him and went probably still went alright commercially wise, maybe, but
would have done better than the Warren thing, because at least there was a bit of history behind it, and like it was well put together.
Glove, and it lands safely.
The history of it all and the footage and stuff was like I didn't know much about it. It was a bit before our time, but at least you went, okay.
From my recollection, there was an incident that happened at a grade game in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And both of them broke a fucking bottle and held it to fucking Chapel's throat.
That's where both of them saying he's lying.
Yeah.
And both of them saying that never happened. And you know it, like it, you know it never happened. And he just kept going back, when a bloke holds a glass up to you, and both of them going, it never happened, mate.
Yeah.
And
so there's the stand-up. You can never find medium.
That's where you can't find a meme, because both of them wasn't ever like, I did it and I regret doing it. He was like, I never held a glass to your chest, to your neck, mate. And
who's
like,
lying?
You said you're going to cut it. But the thing with Chapel, word for word, his story from like an interview back in the 70s was word for word what he was saying now. He never deviated from what he said.
I back Chapel.
But then both was like, I chased him out of there, and just as cops walked around the corner, just as I was about to get to him. But Chapel said, like, in that thing, he goes, the only thing that ever happens in the fight is hospital or jail. I'm never going to either.
Yeah.
So, like, but he was baiting him a little bit. But
yeah, you're right. Yeah. Chapel's story has never changed from day dot, and he's just been stone-faced and going, well, fuck you. Like, I don't want a bar of it. Yeah. So I'd be backing Chapel in that. Because you're right, because, both of them denies it stone cold. He goes, it never happened.
Yeah, and no one else has ever come up and said, no, I was there and he didn't. Because they mentioned all the cricketers that were there, like the grade cricketers that were there. And then something happened a couple weeks after where both of them was playing with someone, and Chapel walked into a pub, and you know how the old school, this is our club pub, this is your club pub or whatever.
Get over.
Go. The other team's captain came over and Chapel didn't want to talk or something. He goes, yeah, because that bloke's here. And he goes, he's told me what happened at the pub. You tell me your side of the story now.
Yeah.
And then when that's happened, he's brushed both of them. But, I just found it funny watching them with Ray Martin, and he's just standing there, both of them not saying a word, and both of them was a bit jovial and like, oh yeah, look at it, old mate, and Chapel just zip-lipped.
I want none of it.
Nothing. Want none of it.
Oh.
Why
wasn't it called a wide?
Yeah, there's been a couple. Chapel's one of the first ones though when something's happening in the Australian team. Generally calls us spade a spade, or he hits.
Well,
the
he's
na-
been very critical
the
of our
nail
good
on the
mate
head.
Steve Waugh in the past.
Oh, no.
Him and Warney have both called him the most selfish cricketer to play
Yeah.
for Australia.
Yeah, there was one. They showed him playing cricket, and like I said, it was before our time. He did seem like a bit of a cunt. Like there was one bloke bowled a wide, and he ripped the stump up and put the stump on the other side of the pitch, and was like,
Yeah.
hit it there.
But that was back in those times, wasn't it?
Yeah, you just
I
do
remember
whatever-
remember watching something about Dean Jones, and Dean Jones' details where 2 for 183, I think it is it? Yeah, 2 for 183 drinks on the field. The lead 274. I remember Dean Jones saying, what was it? He was walking out to bat, and Rod Marsh grabbed him by the throat and put him up against. So this is why they were playing for Australia, and said, "Don't fucking think about coming back here unless you get these runs."
yeah,
Different time.
yeah,
That's what Dean Jones said happened.
yeah,
But he said it on that with Crash Craddock, the cricket legends thing.
yeah,
That was the thing I watched. So I was like, okay, well, it's probably happened.
yeah. Well,
So-
that's where I like a bit of Lion and Head now, because you see that in Lion in those docos where he doesn't like he'll go out and get 7 wickets and then come in and have to defend a total of 110, and he'll have the fucking shits
Yeah,
because he'll be like, do
because
your
he's the
fuck-
most
do your
nervous
fucking
batsman of
job,
all time.
Yeah.
and I'll do my job.
Yeah,
Like, whereas, now, you don't know, but, oh, yeah, we got 110. That's all right, guys. We'll do it better next time. It's like, just do what you're asked to do or while you're in the team.
the Windies roll for 181. Have Scotland 1 for 7 in the second over. That was a little while ago. Well, they done well to get to 181, to be honest. Does Bairstow know he's keeping? I assume that's to do with the drop catch. Maybe he thinks he's Ollie Pope again. Would you guys replace Warner? Who would you guys replace Warner with? That's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't got it.
66, look, he couldn't score a run last tour. He's just made 60. I think he made 30 odd in the first. I think he made a half century in the World Chess Championship final. So that's in English soil. I think he made 30 odd in the first innings, and he's made 60 odd in this innings. It's not great, but it's a damn sight better than what he's been serving up. So do I replace him? No, I don't. I'd actually encourage him to be a bit more aggressive and go back to the old Warner.
Is doing all right. So you kind of, I think with the opening partnership, if you're getting scores out of one of them, sometimes it's because of the other bloke that's down the other end.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You don't know if that disrupts Kawaja and then suddenly he feels like he's taking the load and he stops batting like he's batting.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. And I would have picked Boland in this test match because I just don't think the old adage of it, you don't change a winning formula. You don't
Yeah.
change. Look, I get it in test cricket, it's a bit different, horses for courses, but this isn't exactly a different fucking pitch. And if Boland's going to have an impact anywhere, it's fucking. If Glenn McGrath's taught us anything, it's fucking the slope at Lords is line and length personified. What have we got here? Love the Hornswoggle shout from Mitch Buttsworth. Yeah, I had no idea. Someone said, I think it was Butsy who said it. He goes, looks like Hornswoggle. I thought Harry Potter. I was thinking Harry Potter. I said, I've missed that.
He was Vince McMahon's illegitimate son.
Yeah, I
was a
Googled and I
leprechaun.
went, yeah, okay, I can see it.
Still gets around a bit today. He was a bit of a...
Solid 415. Brendan, mate, train harder. We need one more 100 before you retire. Yeah, maybe when I
You're retiring in summer as well.
maybe yeah the press. You let the cat out of the bag. I'm gonna have a big press conference before the Ashes. Let the world know I'm gonna pull
Candace
the
going
pin.
to be there?
Yeah, Eden standing behind me. Hand on the shoulder.
Yeah.
It's okay, babe.
It's all right.
Yeah. Look, you're not wrong. I just need to train harder for my general health, but it'll probably
Cricket
transfer.
aside, I need to
Yeah,
breathe
yeah.
better.
yeah. It'll probably transfer into cricket results, I reckon. So, fair shout, solid 415. Buttsworth, if you drop Warner, could gamble with Head as like for like replacement, and then maybe Hanscom, who's made a fair few shield runs. Yeah, but
I still reckon Maxwell, if they're doing this, you chuck Maxwell in that middle order.
yeah, I've always been a big fan of Maxwell. I remember I think his last score playing Test cricket was in India, and he scored 100 and he got dropped. tell that to Brad Hodge, who made 200 and got dropped. But Maxwell's not a bad shout either.
It's kind of that thing with head though. Are you weakening one spot that's really strong, swapping it around? Because if you've already got that middle part locked in and it's getting you runs, does it matter too much up top? Whereas you put head up there and suddenly he gets no runs, where are you finding that 60, 70 odd every match?
It's a case of like when we had our strongest side and what most strong sides do. If one bloke fails, the next bloke stands up the next week and just
carry on.
Yeah. So and it all just rotates because eventually good players get runs and it just goes in a cycle. I don't like that because that's the risk you run. Head gets a few low scores. Then what do you do after that?
Yeah, you don't drop him, or
you haven't. Yeah, you've just gone and sacrificed Head's run of form, and then you still know Lesser defining a new opener, and then you ask him to go back to a position where he was doing well after a few low scores. Like I don't know. It could be masterstroke if he gets runs at the top of the order, but if he doesn't, then what do? You're not just back at square one. You've actually taken a backward step.
Has Labuschagne opened before?
Not at test level, unless he may have done. He may have done because of something happening. I've got a slight feeling that he may have done once.
I'm trying to think if Smith's done Aussie Open, or was that?
That was that Will.
Will Bukowski. Yeah, so you can put a pen through him. Unfortunately, if he's not got mental health issues, he's concussed every time. So he's got a battle on his hands. If he's 22 and getting concussed all the time, then there's an issue. You've got Marcus Harris, but again, it's not. He hasn't exactly set the world on fire. He's got a few decent scores. Matt Renshaw's another name that's been put in, but it's not someone who's absolutely knocking on the door, is it? It's not someone who's saying, "Look, you fucking need to be picked."
Probably don't follow the cricket as much as when you're younger, but like our golden era days where you're talking about it, you had like Martin, Blewett, Hayden was still trying to get in, Matt Elliott, all those guys, they were punching in hundreds in Sheffield Shield. And
our strongest era was like 2003, 2004. You had players like Darren Lehman only just got in. He was averaging 60 in Shield cricket. Hussey still hadn't cracked. Martin Love played a few test matches. He was averaging 60 for Queensland. Like, you just had blokes not just knocking on the door, they were kicking the door down, but because our cricket was so strong, they couldn't get in the side. It's a bit different now. Hussey hadn't even cracked it then. I think he only made his debut 2004, maybe. Someone can fact check that for me, but you had all these blokes. You had one bloke from every state.
Kadich was around.
Simon Kadich was killing it for fucking New South Wales. You had players like Jamie Cox, who was the captain of fucking Tassie for a while, who never played. Michael Divenuto never played Test cricket. That's out. Is it? No. It's popped up. Bairstow's taken it, but it's clearly must be just off the shoulder because there's no real appeal from England. So, eat shit. Now not so much. Hanscom in.
Oh, it is.
Oh, hang on.
I think that is.
I think that's top edge. Oh.
You saw the other angle. That was deviation.
I think that's hit the shoulder.
Can we have a look?
The shoulder of the bat there.
Can we have a look at the fucking Schnicko, please? Or at least the hotspot?
Come on, 9.
That's out.
There we go. This one's out, so it doesn't really matter. Top edge from Khawaja. Look, this is weak, if I'm honest. They have set the trap, bowled short, and Khawaja has just fucking fallen for it. Top edge, down the fine leg.
Last ball and
that's probably.
There was definitely movement on that.
Guilt runs. Score 3 for 187. Khawaja goes for, I think, 80 odd? 77, is it?
Because he's half played the same shot he did.
Yeah, last ball. I'd love to see Snicker on that last.
So the lead, 278. Yeah, I reckon there was definitely deviation, wasn't there?
Top of the bat for sure. It hit him in the shoulder, but it definitely moved
the bat into the shoulder
from 77, mate. Well done. Tough day batting yesterday too, so it's a
Buttsworth says, I personally wouldn't drop Warner. Keep him until he retires. He deserves a good send-off for what he's done apart from Sandpaper Gate.
Yeah.
The biggest thing in Australian cricket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were there for that, Brendan. You can tell the.
No, White was there.
Oh, White was there.
White was there. He'll tell you ad nauseum about that. Look, not great, but it's a dark art of the game. The Sandpaper was something new.
Yeah.
There's a good documentary actually on because Fanny de Villiers, the ex-South African fast bowler, he grew up and played all his cricket in Durban, I'm pretty sure it was, and that was where the first test was, and the ball was swinging, reverse swinging in the first 20 overs when Australia was bowling, and he looked at it and went, nah, that doesn't happen here, and he goes, they're doing something, and he got the TV channel he was working for, he goes, I want you to keep an eye on all the fieldsmen. They're fucking doing something. And it took to the third test in Cape Town, and they got him.
Wow. Okay.
It was Fanny de Villiers who said, no, this ball's reverse swinging in Durban. He goes, nah, doesn't happen. And he fucking got him to keep an eye on, and sure enough, there you go. They've got the fucking Sandpaper, and that's where it all kicked off.
Who was the other bloke? He's got
Bancroft, which
Cameron
is,
Bancroft.
is another opening option, but
But he's just playing.
well, when he came back, he actually played his last Test matches were in England. He killed it in Sheffield Shield cricket, and then got picked in England and did fuck all, and he hasn't been seen since. Killing it in Big Bash, but different format. So Sandpaper Gate. I think it was something new because that was when the old theory was that you used to. Was that glove? Oh, Bairstow's dropped it anyway. I don't think so. But it was, used to shine the ball with the lolly and all that sort of shit. But then they worked out in cryogenic chambers that if you rough up the side of the ball, that actually takes the wind and swings further. Right. So that's where the Sandpaper came in.
Okay, because when we were kids, we were always like, keep the shiny side.
Yeah. So punish us for being smart. Like, fucking, don't you want innovation in this world? But that's where that came from. So that's why the Sandpaper was used. That's fucking extreme. Yeah, it's extreme. Like, look, there's
wearing white pants.
There's dark art of the game, and there's sandpapering the ball. I get it.
There's using the surface and the things around you that are provided.
It was a little bit more than dark arts, but like the overreaction I thought was a bit like they should never play again. I mean, give me a break. I mean, there's a list as long as your arm of some of the greats of the game who have tampered with balls. Some have been done. Faf du Plessis has been done 3 times. He was done 3 times. Like, give me a break. He's done 3 times. What's the score? I missed that there. So what did Quadra get? 70-odd?
77.
So he's having a pretty handy tour for someone who can't play in England either. So this is a massive tour for us, man. If we can get the chocolates here. Speaking of which, if those guys are listening, you see those guys? They're fucking fans of the channel. We got the chocolates. No. Follow them on Instagram. They're fucking killing it. Oh, yeah. 700K. So they're the ones that do they're like, they sit there and they tell the jokes.
And they have to laugh or not laugh.
He's dropped it. Travis Head's been dropped first ball. Eat fucking shit. Who's that? Jimmy Anderson. Is it Anderson or?
Yeah.
It's Anderson. Couldn't happen to a better fucking bloke. First fucking rock.
Casual ass, mate.
Dolly too.
Oh, right in the butt.
He is not at the races. He wants to be anywhere else but there.
Wow.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Oh
no. What are they doing?
This is just amateur hour. Steve Smith has just spooned this straight down the deep fine leg. And it's 2-2. The ball straight after fucking head got dropped. So these are 2 pivotal wickets here from England. If they can claw this back, it's now 4 for 190.
There were 3 blokes down on that boundary. He's got a shiner.
Just fucking duck it for a bit.
Oh, top of the bat too.
1, 2, 3. There's 4 of them out there.
Wow. Easy catch. Too.
Jesus Christ, you
Very
couldn't get
easy
more
catch.
straight down your throat.
Yeah. Easy catch.
So Steve Smith goes for 30 odd, I think it's 34,
Yeah.
and it's 4 for 190 at a lead of 281. So England
Turning
back in the
before lunch.
contest.
Yeah, look.
C&A Gaming and Farming.
Greenhouse.
Gaming and farming. Bit of a different mix. So gaming, new age, farming. What are they called? Amish.
Amish.
It's almost like a fucking.
Or is it gaming like hunting game?
Oh, okay. C&A Gaming and Farming. Could you elaborate on that? Is it gaming as in PlayStation, or is it gaming as in like game animals, like live game? Prince Albert odds on they did was fucking hilarious. The Prince Albert odds on, I don't know. Was that anything? That who did?
Oh, it must be those
Maybe the
chocolate.
chocolate guys. Prince Albert odds on. They did. I don't know. I just know they had one of the great jokes of all time. Why isn't there a pregnant Barbie? Because Ken came in a different box. That's one of the greats. We're talking about Cameron Green.
He's averaging
What do you reckon?
34 there.
Steps up here.
100 off 60 rocks.
100, yeah.
To shut everyone up. Yeah, actually, it is a big innings for him as well.
Yeah, if he saves this here or pulls out
Yeah.
40, 50.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what they do with him as well.
Big unit.
He's been known to be wrapped on the front pad. He's kind of sorted those issues out recently, but they'll probably still bump him as well.
Look at this. Just
Yeah,
didn't even swing. It's just a.
he knows it straight away.
Motion.
He knew it. You're better off there just fucking throwing the kitchen sink.
Yeah, put the.
I know he's only tried to just paddle it,
Yeah,
but
there's 3 blokes on the boundary. There's 2 on
Yeah.
the boundary and
Yeah.
1 there.
if you're either duck it or you fucking
Yeah.
whack it. There's no in between, I think. Yeah, Butsworth said, yeah, we got the chocolate, lads. You'll have to find the video. Another shoey tonight, Butsy. It is Saturday night. Oh, you're sick. That's right. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 190 for 4. 281 the lead.
2 fresh batsmen in, eh?
So where do we stand, boys? 281 the lead.
Those 2 wickets are a big.
Massive, massive. You've got 2 new batsmen in now at the crease.
So it's actually
Gets you a
this
little
is raced along. It's actually 9:30, so it's only half an hour till lunch. I'll do a shoey for every half century Aussies make. Yeah, nice one.
Yeah.
Callum Ferguson
It
won.
was Head and Smith. Like, Head probably open up a bit more. Smith's down the other end where he's probably got to
Be a
rein
bit
it
more
in a bit now.
conservative now.
Fucking ass eater Travis. Well, these two could just go fucking bang here as well.
Yeah. Come back at lunch.
Well,
What do
that's
you
right.
want? 400? All right.
So yeah, big
Yeah.
period of match now. Yeah, they brought Stuart Broad back on, rightfully so, I think. And they're going to go short at Travis Head, who has been susceptible in recent times.
Just, yeah.
It's a bit weird. I think the feed, I think the comments and I think the audio's through at a good time, but I'm not sure if the the viewing is. Oh, where's that gone?
Oh.
Running in mud.
Running sand.
When you hear this, Butsy, I want you to write "Shuey" in capital letters, just so I know how far behind this is lagging.
Oh, there
Speaking
he
of which,
There
Perth.
he is. He's just tuned in.
Yeah. Shuey. So it's not delayed by much. It just looks like the
Probably about
How's the visuals going? Are the visuals matching up? Because it just looks here that the visuals are a wee bit behind. The scoreboard that I'm looking at is 2 for 183, which was a fucking fair while ago.
Well, a lot's happened in the last.
Yeah. Both of you wave at the camera. All right. You tell me when you get that now, please.
At home, it's normally about 5 seconds.
Yeah, I was going to say normally it's about 5 or 10-second delay.
Was instant for me. Yeah, they saw it. Okay, fair enough. It's just I don't know. It must be my screen that's lagging here on the YouTube. It's just yeah. But as long as you guys are getting it instantaneously, then that's all that matters. Do a shoey and send it to our Instagram just to know that you really are in tune. Ooh.
Sun's out.
Another wicket.
Sun's out, guns out.
Game on.
282. 6 wickets in hand. You'd still rather be us, but
Still at 63% on the scrotometer.
just cough for me, David. Yeah, they're going to persevere with the short.
Yeah.
Just squeeze a little bit there. Squeeze his undies. We have to just do that. We just like have a night at White's or something. Just the fire going and just listen to Billy Birmingham.
Yeah. Well, there's a conversation. If we can get anyone to toss the coin for this upcoming Ashes series.
Oh, the crowd, the bars.
Who would be? I'd have him. I think he'd love it. Plus, he's possibly accessible. Got Steve.
Yeah. Look, I think Steve would be champion at the bit for it. He loves it. Like he flipped the bat. He flipped the bat for the Barmy Army, but this is legit Australia versus England Ashes.
There's a chance to get Beefy there. Beefy's with his.
Oh, we'll reach out to Ian as well.
See what happens.
Scotland won for 48 after 12. Thanks, Mitchie. What's your cricketing background, Mitch? You seem to be a mad cricketing fan. What level did you ever play at, if at all? And is there a WA side that might be fancying touring the That's what we have to do. We have to make a state comp.
Yeah.
Yeah, state championships.
There's a couple of big properties out there. But, it would almost be like, I reckon we could do city versus country. Surely we could find.
Well, actually, I forgot to message Pat back. Paddy messaged me. He's been out the country in Batuta is it South Australia or Queensland? You know, like the Batuta Advocate? Yeah, Batuta. We got a challenge from Batuta, the country team.
Oh, yeah. That'd be all right. I think that's probably something we can do.
Probably didn't get booed.
He fed him too the next day.
Are you joking? Are you absolutely joking? I like him. Just have a hair done like him. It's not a sick cunt. Who's on the couch tonight? You've got Kurt. Kurt, you tell me. If you're a fan of the channel, you'll know these blokes and you'll know the jersey. And I want you to tell me who's on the couch.
I'll tilt my head down. You'll be able to pick it.
Oh, that's Matt White.
Oh, he's not a good camera. That.
No, it's getting me too. It's fucking got me too. Don't worry about that.
First time I watched it, everyone really going that bad. It's like it doesn't look bad when you. I was like,
looks definitely worse from above.
Like,
yeah, Hawkeye. Hawkeye don't miss.
So I make sure I get a fresh shave every time. Yeah. Straight off.
Yeah, I think I'm not too far behind. You're a bit late, Kurt. Fucking 9:30. Where you been on the drink tonight? I'm missing some runs here. 4492. Oh, where's that gone?
Oh,
Safe.
wow.
Well played.
Wow.
That's safe. All over it. This is a problem moving forward if we don't win this test match because it's an obvious problem for us.
Oh.
And you might find that they'll go from ball one next test match.
Yeah.
Let's go fuck it. That's a good bumper.
Yeah, very good.
It's up there for a long. Oh, he's half tripped before he's.
Yeah.
Boone would have dove
Oh.
Just go for it, Travie. Getting the crowd up. The egg and bacon ties are fucking making a rustle, a bit of a rustle in the members area there. Is that off the? Oh no, it never hit the fucking.
Hit the bat. He knew what he was doing.
And the hand was off the bat anyway, so wouldn't have been out. Thanks, Tubby. Thanks for mimicking everything I just said. Or I mimicked you. One of the two. Oh. Butsy, my old man started a club in Perth in the 90s, so I grew up around that, as well as playing in the backyard in my grandma's hallway. Yeah, fuck yeah, mate. I know. I'm a fucking stalwart of the fucking grandma's hallway. Don't worry about that. Played until I was 20 in B grade, bowled leggies, and was opening bat. Then you started getting on the piss and chasing birds like everyone else, and would I be about right? But I've always watched cricket and just loved the game. $192 for 4, a lead of 283 with about 20 minutes to go. Kurt McDonald, is one of them Phil Tufnell? And which one are you referring to, Kurt?
What year?
Like now? Are you talking Phil Tufnell now? You've got on the left of your screen. You'll have in the maroon jumper. You'll have Ryan McFarlane, and on the right, you're right. You do have Phil Tufnell. And is the other guy Scott Muller?
Scott Muller.
Can't bowl, can't bat. Buttsworth, 100% right. Yeah, chasing birds, eating pills. Just what 20-year-olds do, bro. One of them, Phil Tufnell. Good call. Good call. Right, 4 for 192, 283 the lead. These clouds haven't fucked off, but there's been no rain so far. They just seem to be hovering. And England are just persevering with this bodyline theory stuff, winding it all the way back to the 1930s. Bloody Jardine.
There's nothing in front of the wicket. There's all
nothing.
Just leg.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I thought.
Wasn't it only two? You can
I thought it was only.
Yeah, but I think it's above shoulder height or whatever. So if you get it around chest height, you're all right. Just be patient. Kurt McDonald, good chat, lads. Brilliant. What have you been up to tonight, son? Do you have a bet today? Aussie All-Rounder, thank you, lads, for giving me people to watch the cricket with. Most of my mates don't care enough to stay up. It's a bit sad. Fuck 'em. They don't like cricket, then you can hang out with us for the next fucking 4 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
Mate, we'll be here. Don't worry about that.
There's a spare room.
It might be. Yeah.
Spare room if you want to come over.
Yeah, where did you say you're from? Pimble, aren't you? It's not that far away. Just come and have a drink.
Yeah.
We've got a 14-year-old from fucking. I've got Shero from Hornsby.
Come with you.
Got Dan Bond that's going to fly over from England. We've got it all happening. We've got Buttsworth from WA who'll fly over.
Can you ask those people from overseas, how did they hear about us? Did they Google search backyard cricket, or did it come across something else? Or
Yeah, if you guys at the moment, the only real guys that are commenting in the chat are the guys from Aussies. But if there's anyone listening from overseas, how did you hear about the WCG? Was it for a friend? Was it just internet search? Was it just stumbled across us? Because there's one kid from Bangladesh the other day. He goes, you have no idea how big it is in Bangladesh. My first thought was, well, you don't speak for all of Bangladesh, but
yeah,
it's pretty cool when you sit here on the chat and you go, from India, I'm from this, I'm from that. And this solid 415 might be the overseas show Sunset. Oh, hang on.
oh, people are looking for something else and find us.
Well, that's what happened with a lot of the New Zealand stuff. That's why the search fucking results are fucking gun. That's why we got so many thumbs down, because people are researching it's Australia versus New Zealand and they think they're getting something else and they get us. But the algorithm, whether you give us a thumbs down or a thumbs up, it doesn't matter. The algorithm loves it, so you do what you want. I haven't got any bites from anyone overseas at the moment. Did my ass today, Kurt said. Shocking day on the punt.
Sounds like
I went all right today. I had a cheeky bit on Irish Songs, who paid 23 to 1.
just go send a photo.
And then I had Pikey. Had Pikey in a race at Belmont. I can't remember what he was riding. I think it was the 14, but I had a little bit on that, so I've had a good day. We can't all be winners, Kurt. Butsy, I'll fly over and join you on the couch every night. Any chef jobs going around there?
Oh, we get
Jamie
Jamie Gannon.
Gannon.
Yeah.
Get him on.
Add Chef Gannon.
I don't know if you... yeah.
Can work with Manu.
You can work with Manu and Colin Fastnage.
Yeah, actually, a friend of the channel's actually a bit of a mover and shaker in that world. We'll just put him in contact with Arthur Laundy and fucking might be able to sort it out.
The Broncos did the Dolphins.
Did they score?
24-16. So
Okay, so reasonably tight.
Selwyn Cobbo looks to be the big scorer, and Herbie.
Yeah, Farmworth is. How long did Walsh get? 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Shot. Does he? And he
Does-
finds the
does it-
gap. He's
Deserves
pulled
it.
this one.
I mean, after the carry on at the Greenacre soccer player, got to.
Yeah.
Stuff.
How about?
He needed a bit of a calm down. Welsh. He needed a
Actually, Bolling was here saying it that
bit of. Put
I
in
didn't
place.
hear Fafita. The Fafita bit. I went and had a look when he goes, he was just speaking to the ref. I mean, no, he said fucking this and that. He goes,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, I get nervous when I speak.
But they showed the footage. There was no one else there, bar
Yeah.
that decision. Him looking at him, saying that.
You could tell from Carrigan's reaction when he was
Yeah, he went.
like
to,
going,
yeah, he went
he's
to-
like, well done, you've just lipped
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ref. Yeah, of course he blew up at the ref. They tried to bullshit their way out of it and just eventually got through, and they just went, all right, well, we're fucking done.
Yeah. And that Brown just admitted to going the grope too. So he's been done for something like that before.
Oh, drop catch again. Anderson a gully.
Tougher one.
Tough catch, but survive. 197 for 4. The
Speaking of
lead,
that,
288.
You want to hit that 200 just so it's on the scoreboard.
Yeah, just out of reach.
Look at that Mo.
Lucky. Oh,
Just sex on legs, isn't it?
The bloke's trying. He's missed the middle of
On the
his
flight
journey.
from Brisbane
Tony.
tomorrow, save me a bed tomorrow night. Yeah, you can have the spare room. Still smells like my cat.
And that's not a euphemism.
That's not a metaphor.
That's
No.
a genuine cat
Yeah.
sleeping.
Pissed on the mattress and everything. Might be the. We got have a WCG meet and greet. We can all shout at the Aussie team.
We were
We
thinking
can-
about doing that before the Ashes on the Thursday night, having a bit of a welcoming and an open invitation to everyone.
Yeah, that's a fact. So
Yeah.
watch this space, Aussie all-rounders. If you follow us on Instagram and just send us a message. if you're on Instagram or just Facebook or something, just so we can keep in contact. Because obviously on here is not exactly the most ideal platform. But yeah, just send us a message on Instagram or Facebook just so we can keep in contact, and we'll keep you up to date with what's going on. So we got about 10 minutes to 15 to lunch. Good leave. Green yet to get off the mark. He's faced 12 deliveries, 13 deliveries now. Had 7 off as many balls. I think it's 13 balls.
Yeah, 13 as well.
So a lead 288. It's a bit of a stalemate at the moment. We'd probably just want to get into lunch unscathed from here. I don't mind this bloke. He's all right, this tongue.
Yeah,
He's wagging.
he's at least got some pace about him.
Ooh. Kurt McDonald, any WCG merchandise in the plans? Yes, that'll be ready to go before the Ashes series. Buttsworth, get us some Richie outfits and watch from the rafters. Da-na-na-na.
We did have a bit of contact with the Richies during that Barmy Army thing, but I think the same thing happened.
Yeah.
COVID with the first one. 'Cause, yeah, we were going to have the Richies and the trumpet player was coming, and then...
You know, it'd be a good one to get the Barrett Army, the Indians.
Oh, yeah.
We play the Barmy Army, and then they've got the Barrett Army. That'd be a contest. You can bet your bottom dollar I'll come out of the rafters for that. You'll be there. What are you going to fly over from WA for the meet and greet? Sorry, mate. Cancelled last minute. Well, it'll be actually at the joint where you might be able to get another job.
Yeah.
Willow, so it might not all be on.
There's a Hungry Jack's there too, so if it doesn't work out at the pub.
He's always got that option.
Not sure there's too many slow braised fucking, what was it, beef cheek or whatever he said the other night. Middle Eastern beef cheek. You are in the right demographic.
At the servo.
Oh, that's a fair shout, Mitch, but I won't repeat that. I believe it's Uber now as well, not taxi. That's my go-to anyway. How are you, brother? You all right?
Yeah.
What's your background? Oh, yeah? Indian? You like cricket?
Yeah.
Without fail.
Coco.
Oh, that's me every time. Even Eden gives me the shit about it now. You go, oh, what? You going to ask him if he's Indian?
Then you take offence if they don't know what you do.
What do you mean you're Indian, you don't like cricket? Are you okay?
There is a lot of them.
Oh, has he caught it? He has caught it. What a catch. Travis Head has just been caught at short mid-wicket, and it's 5 down for 197. As Skis goes for a piss, we get a...
Is he reviewing it? What are they doing?
It's Joe Root as well. What a catch. It's a good catch. It's not the world's greatest catch of all time, but it's a catch. It's a good catch there.
Reaction.
It's 5 for 197. Travis Head out, and I'll tell you what, if we don't sort this out quickly, it's quite ironic, isn't it, that fucking Australia, who should be the most accustomed to short form or short pitch bowling, is struggling with it. It's not like you're playing at the MCG. You're playing at Lords. It's not the biggest ground in the world. Maybe just take the fucking thing on.
So what looks like a good score now?
Yeah, good point.
380?
You gave me that now, I'd chew your arm off for it, yeah.
I think they hit...
Anything over 350 is still going to be
Say
fucking...
250 's still
Anything
a
over...
challenge.
It's going to be a chase.
If this is working, at least we'll know, just do the same.
Yeah.
and you come out with a draw potentially.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, if you gave me 380 now, I'd fucking bite your arm off for
Yeah,
it.
I think 350 and above. I was looking.
Almost, you almost gave me 350. I'd take it.
350 above, and you're going.
Actually, you know what? Just thinking back to like nostalgia stuff. Remember Deal or No Deal? They had the briefcases and that. That was a ripper show.
Oh,
That's Meghan Markle was one of them.
Was she?
Was it Meghan Markle? That's Prince Harry's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was a start on that.
More like the English
States,
version,
not-
or the
not
States
here.
version, or whatever.
States.
Yeah.
Great
Same-
concept.
Seemed to work out.
Deal.
deal.
It seems like it was a
No
good
deal with the rest of everyone else.
No book deal.
No book deal.
Actually got a Spotify deal, but then didn't get a Spotify deal. Here we go. Broad
Oh.
steaming into Alex Carey. It's a bumper shock.
6.
Are you doing the second session tonight? Not a chance, bud. Not a chance. If it gets to day 5 tomorrow night and we're close, then I think I might be on me Larry Lonesome tomorrow. We'll see who we can pluck in for Sunday night, but it better not rain. I have to do the fucking middle and last session again.
Just in there.
I was dead that one. Shero, you're late, brother. What's happening? It's fucking 10 to 10. Where have you been, mate? Where's your late note? Just throw a 20 in the super chat, mate, just to make up for it. How about that? You been on the drink, Shero, or what? Did you have a punt today? You have a win? Okay, mate. Shero under the thumb. Oh, yeah. Oh, watching the mighty Broncos when he was at the game. Oh, no, you weren't. You fucking from Hornsby.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, up about 1.5K. Yeah, nice. What'd you back? Just put it all through the pokies, though.
Oh,
So what's the plan for the rest of the weekend, boys?
quiet Sunday.
Yeah.
Got girls soccer tomorrow.
Who he's got?
Grand final replay.
Workers?
Oh,
Birong.
Birong.
Birong at Coleman.
500 on a Broncos win. They would have been paying $1 what? Or were they, with no Reece Walsh, maybe?
out, they still would have been favourites.
What were your odds, Shero?
Would have been
They weren't 3 to 1, I know that much.
$1.60, 70 maybe.
Yeah. So you would have won like 250. That's about it. Where's the other money come from? Pokies/ponies.
wow.
Most catches.
Wow.
The Rooter.
Oh well, cop that.
Oh, in the field. I was going to say, wouldn't
Most
it?
catches in the field.
Graham Gooch.
Still pretty handy.
There we go.
There we go. Off the mark after 16 rocks. Beautiful. That'll do. 5 for 198. The lead 289. Yeah, I think a quiet Sunday tomorrow. I've got to go see Eden. Otherwise, I'll be single.
When are you going to get her on the lounge to do this?
No, I've tried. I've tried. Could be a shout for the babes.
Yeah, I reckon
Excellent.
get Sam and that on here. She might be happy. Just have a couple of wines. Don't even have to talk cricket.
Oh, fuck. Following suit. She might be pregnant by the time Australia rolls around. That's how your mum. Let's have a look. Hit 2 horse paying 15s, 50 on each. Broncos paying $2.20.
Wow.
You're a sick cunt, Shero. What horses? I got Irish Songs at $23 today. Fucking cheering. I flipped over to the AFL because the Bombers are down by 5 with 2.5 minutes to go. How's the cricket going? Yeah, good man. We're 6 for 700. It's 5 for 198. We're leading by 289 with about 5 minutes to go before lunch. Also, a cheeky 400 on a quick slap as I walked out. Gotta love where's the gold. Fuck, that's Aussie guys. Campbelltown's not a world away, mate. You're going to have to come and have a drink by the end of the summer. There you go. There's your meet and greet. Just everyone get around here.
Oh, yeah.
Butsy, Shero. We'll fly out fucking solid 415 from India. Let's ask your dad first before.
Get a sponsor.
Might try and break bread with our mate Rabbit.
Rabbit.
Make that up by 1 with just over a minute. Can I have a Khan the Bombers from the lads? Mate, I was always a James Hird fan, so.
Khan Bombers.
Khan Bombers. Oh.
Oh.
No, it hasn't. Need a bigger couch. Eden Miles. Don't act like you have invited me. I know my cricket. Is that
I've invited you,
WCG?
Eden. I've been pushing for an all-girls night.
Okay, let's go. That's one of the greats. I promised her I'd do it too.
What are you doing on your 14th birthday?
Okay, let's go. Oh, keep
Good
Rabbit
shot,
outside
though.
with a piece of lettuce. Yeah, I think so.
Good little shot there. 4 runs.
Oh, we're going to be Andrew. We hit 200.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
2-2.
Beautiful. Alex Carey off the mark, is it?
for 4.
Nice
Yeah.
one. 5 for 202. Just before lunch. So at least the missus is watching. It's that lead of 293. Eden Moore, say hello to the lads. Give them some love. Okay, let's go.
It's not even a model train. It's
I looked him up because that was the first I saw, just something like an Instagram reel or
I
whatever.
seen it on Tosh.
He's
one night.
he's killing it,
Yeah.
and he's all grown up now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was killing it
was
at one
that?
stage.
Yeah. Dad, what do you want to do for your 12th birthday?
Yeah, oh yeah, like, why don't you want to go to the 12th birthday party? The 12th birthday party. Okay, let's go. Love from Australia. 1 stick of butter. Cajun seasoner. 2 points up with 16 seconds to go. I can't handle this.
Nice, watch cricket.
Yeah, just flick it over to
Over
the cricket.
All right, try watching the Swans on.
Oi.
Did they end up getting up?
No, right in front of goal. He's run in, boom, hit the post. 1 point.
And they got dick for
it. I don't know if it was a draw. I think
Oh, that's right. It was a tie. It was them
Yeah.
and Geelong.
Yeah, in on the post. Went to belt it through and it hit the
Kick
post.
after the siren, 50 metres out. Out for Port. I could be shattered. Here we go. Let us know how you go, Butsy.
I think Ports are a few without a loss.
I think they were struggling for a bit.
They're top, I think.
Port Adelaide.
I'm pretty sure.
Are they?
I think so, yeah.
I thought they were struggling. Could be wrong.
Changes every year. Good thing about AFL. Oh, it's dropped to 68 on the scronometer.
And oh,
68.
breathe in
That's
for a
good
second,
order
Bernie.
for the Aussies.
Just give us a quick walk up and down, will you?
Oh yeah, thank you. Kick after the siren. What's happened, Mitchy? The crowd, the bar's attention. You could cut it with a knife. That Cajun season, Okay, let's go. I'm just proud that she's still watching.
What's on
Don't
the
act
TV?
like you have invited me. You know I have.
What's on
I've
the
said.
TV?
Wow.
Are we
Oh, she's
branding
watching
Love
fucking.
Island?
Love
Yeah,
Are we
some
cramming
rubbish.
Love Island?
Just some fucking. Probably She's she's back into Jersey Shore, like the old stuff.
Oh,
Been
the
watching
old
that a
school.
bit, but she watches some fucking trash, dude. Like that, like the what do you call it, the Housewives and that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't do that one.
How did you find a bet on Irish songs? His form was not there. He's a black booker, mate. Irish songs is a black booker, so you've just got to throw a little bit on him because every time he blows out, he fucking gets home, mate.
Oh. Bit of in-swing there.
So you back him, you get spelled, he misses a few, he drops in odds. Sorry, he blows out in odds, you get on him, he wins, and he comes back in, and it's just cycle repeats, mate. Question for the lads, where does their misses stand considering I'm number 3 on the ladder? Where does their misses stand considering I'm number 3 on the ladder? Number 3, don't flatter yourself, mate. You're probably not even in the top 10 behind cricket, soccer, beer, the boys. Mate, you'd be lucky to be top 10. Got to ride the black books, I agree, 100%, mate. Black bookers, you got to back him in because when you don't back him and they get home, you fucking want to neck yourself. 5 for 202. I think this is the last over before lunch, so 2 balls before lunch. 293 the lead. Probably England session, or is it even?
I think they've pulled it back.
I think
sure.
even a little bit England, I think.
Yeah, I'd say England session.
If we had
but
one
you
more wicket, we'd
but
go.
fuck.
Yeah, if it was one more wicket in,
it's still
you'd
like to
say
be us, I think.
Yeah,
Basically a 300 lead.
Chronometer has it at 68.
Oh yeah, just cough for us, Dave.
So now they're all practicing short balls.
Oh, here we go. The missus being smarter. Not what you told me when need to get the win. Yeah. Oh, hang on. No, sorry, that's wrong. Not what you told me when we were are alone. Yeah, nice one. All right, that was the last ball of the session, I believe. Unless this might be an extended session. It looks like it. It looks like it. We're getting a bit of overtime here, guys. How big a lead do you think we need to get the win? Shero, my take is without Nathan Lyon, I would like a lot more than we'd probably need. Usually I'd say 350, you'd back us in more times than not. Without Nathan Lyon, I reckon 380 would be handy. Yeah, I'd chew your arm off for 380. Where it stands here, I think we can get to at least 350.
350, you'd want to hope.
Yeah, 350, you want to hope.
But it'd be nice to go to lunch with a lead of 300, just so they're going in the sheds
and go let's have a swing. Let's have a swing. Get
and then you can
50.
Regroup and go. Okay, are we just trying to get another 50 on here, or are we going to bat for a couple of hours then?
Yeah. Because the Aussie tail can wag.
Yeah. Shero's going 350. Yeah, look, traditionally 350. You think fucking hell, they're gonna struggle to get that. It'd have to be some sort of run chase. Obviously, the Demons of Headingley last tour probably live. Nathan Lyon's out of the fucking match now, so it's not going to live with him. But maybe, look, who knows? We might have enough now. Rolling for 150, and you go, well, fuck, who needs Nathan Lyon? But I just think, all things considered, you'd like 350 at least. 380 be nice from here. I think you can rule out 400 unless someone stands up. So 1.5k in the skyrocket, Shero. Probably calls for a fucking super chat. What do you reckon? We'll up the rent. We'll up the rent for the boys. Shot. Cut away through point. You'll probably get a couple. Could be 4. That's raced along. Well fielded by, I don't know if that's Crawley out there, but gets 2. 5 for 204, lead of 295. Okay, let's go. Actually, that's one show I haven't watched in a while, Tosh.0. Has he got new stuff?
No.
Has he not done stuff for a while?
Yeah, I don't think he's done stuff for a while. I just got caught in a YouTube trap of one of the best of sport,
montage,
the best of actors, the best of whatever.
Yeah.
So good, but just he's good. He's real good.
Yeah, he was. He's the king. Get through.
Shot.
That is a beauty.
Lovely.
4 runs. The lead 299. I think it is now.
Yeah, 299.
299. 5 for 208.
Get over that.
Yeah, that'd be a nice one just before lunch to get over 300.
Sounded good off the bat too.
Oh, right out of the middle, you can see it.
Shero, $10. I love when you beg for it. Oh yeah, Daddy. Give me more, Daddy. Thanks, mate. Just milking you. Five for 208, lead of 299. So they'll need at least 300 to win the test match. We're going into OT tonight. 10:06 as it stands. I don't know if you've heard that. Was there
No, haven't heard nothing.
an extended session? But no, I'm more fun with the boys. So love you guys' work. I'm off for the night. Have a good one, lads. Shero, don't be stupid. Where are you going? You're blind as a bat, aren't you? Fucking blind. You're really 1.5k down, aren't you? It's a nightmare every day. Nightmare every day. So yeah, mate, have a good night. Well, you going to tune in tomorrow with me? Could be an all-nighter again, Shero.
Yeah.
Nose beers, mate. Got to crash, you sick cunt. So yeah, mate, rest.
No lunch.
Yeah, they must be going to 10:30, so
Must be.
we're on. That's all right. Shero just dumps $10 and pisses off. Good on him. That'll do. Just do that every night, son. So he's tough in that because it's at a weird time where usually it's lunch at 10 o'clock. 10:40, you're back on.
You're back on, yeah.
And it's if you're getting to bed before midnight. I know. What time do you kick off for work?
Me, 7. I'm out of my house at 5:40.
Yeah.
In the morning.
Have you got the truck at home or do you meet in the depot?
I go to the depot for a truck, pick it up, load it up.
And you're usually on site somewhere.
Yeah, 7 a.m. Basically load up by 8.
Yeah.
Go to Northern Beaches.
Yeah.
For 9:30 start.
Oh, shot.
There we go.
4 runs.
4
There
runs
we
for
go.
Cameron
Take it.
Green.
Over the
Beautiful.
That's it.
300 lead.
Bit aggressive before
There's
lunch.
There's that psychological fucking barrier. The lead 303, 5 for 212.
Oh, you need a buddy tomorrow night, do you, Breno? You need someone on the
Well,
couch there.
potentially, I think it's no good. If I'm going to do this scoreboard, I need 3 blokes. But, if
Don't
not,
stress about the scoreboard.
I think it just...
Most people probably watching, I don't know, these guys might be able to answer that. Most people probably got us in the background watching the cricket anyway.
yeah.
That's what I've been doing.
Should I can the scoreboard and just get in front of the camera, guys, or should we just keep the scoreboard? Just let us know what's happening. All the 4 blokes watching at the moment. Scotland 1 for 79. Yeah, so they're going to chase that down, and the Windies are going to be fucked. Yeah, I'll have you back in the ground. Okay, Butsy. If you want me there, baby. Oh, where to go? What's happened?
Went to the boundary.
Yeah.
Everyone's just doing these ones.
Everyone was had their hands up everywhere.
Seagull must have flown past.
5 for 213, the lead 304. Every run now, and it just starts to get fucking a bit more challenging for the Poms. Oh, will they, Andrew? If anyone needs to know, I can update them. Well, look, we're watching the TV, so we can update it. All right,
Yes,
fuck
you
it.
can type it in
All
the
right.
chat.
All right, well, from now on, the scoreboard's getting canned after tonight. At least we know how to do the scoreboard, so there's a...
Lesson, we've learned something.
Yeah. I'm learning. Me fail English? That's impossible. Any Simpson nerds here? I reckon there's a few blokes on this panel who might be able to give you a run for your money. There you go. There's a fucking greatest Simpsons episode. How could you name one?
I still like the Stonecutters.
Yeah, Stonecutters is a
Is a good one.
fuck.
That season, was that 6 or 7? All of them were gun.
Oh,
Oh. What?
camera shy question mark Eden Miles. No. Just, you know, I don't like to get my grey hairs on. Fucking, it's a sensitive issue, baby. Just when I need the support of a loved one. Ooh. I don't know what he's trying to do there. Oh, was it slow ball?
Oh, it's
No, just
full wide.
just rubbish.
Something different.
Get on the casting couch, Breno. 3 guys, 1 stump.
Three guys.
You're starting to reveal some true colours here, Butsy, I think.
Better than 3 stumps, 1 guy.
Yes. Or is it?
Oh, is it?
There's 3 people watching. One of them are my missus. That's mad. Love from Australia now. Okay, let's go. Does anyone know what time this session's meant to end? Have they said that? It? Yeah, it flicks on and off. So there's 4 at the moment. 25% of them I'm attracted to. Oh. Well, that's right. They got rained off last night. So it'll be 2.5 hour session. Yeah.
Late session.
Talking about Mitch, yes. I am talking about Buttsworth. He's the one you're attracted to, yes. You too, Pimble Boy, all Aussie all-rounders. All Aussie Adventures. Now, there was a show, fucking...
Yeah.
That was...
nice, clean, very, very intelligent humour for something that looks so simple. But just got you. You could see it come in, but it got you every time.
I'm
Oh,
just
shot.
thinking.
Just when the car would roll down the hill,
yeah.
and you just go, just getting up too quick and hitting his head.
Oh, I'm watching them when we go off here, 100%. All Aussie Advent. Yeah, love me some Russell Coit. Yeah, fucking oath, man. It's time to hit the road.
And every time,
Just as something as simple as like
the
say
handshake.
the handshakes.
Yeah. But that's just like smart cutbacks to like the Leyland brothers and shit like that, where they just edit it to make it.
I remember there was one where he used to have the VHS sets or whatever, and I think he had like the apprentice or guy, and he brought along like the kid.
Yeah.
I just remember.
Oh no, then there was the
Just
kids from the like shelter homes or whatever. He brought them to teach them the bush, whatever. And
There's one guy who's like, oh, I guess it's time to hit the road, Russell, and he just goes, oh, will you shut up?
yeah. Yeah, it'd been riding him the whole episode doing like,
I guess it's time to hit the road, Russell. Will you shut up? Oh,
or just when he'd
nostalgia.
get down and go, oh, when you're in there, and he'd be telling you like exactly what not to do, and just as he's about to cut away, something would catch his, and it's just good clean humour, mate. And always hitting on the birds that were like at the backpackers he was helping or whatever, and just getting stone face from him, just
Oh man, they were simpler times, weren't they?
yeah, and just the quick cutaways when it went to shit, and we were off again, and just like that we were.
Oh, fuck.
Or you get going, oh, the people of the bush, and you always love a conversation. It's good to catch up people when they be sitting and going,
Yeah.
yeah, has it rained? Just like,
And just like that, we're back on the road.
just like old times.
Oh, yes. That is 100% going on the fucking YouTube after. I think I asked you this the other night, Butsy. How old are you, mate? I think you say you were 20 odd? Please be over 14. 26, yeah, that's right. Going on 27. That's funny because I'm 34 going on 60. Oh. 73 overs bowled, 5 for 214.
305 lead, not bad.
Stick a button now. At least we know how to do this for the Ashes. I was about to say, bub, he's about your price range. Oh, really, bub? You've just fucking ruined him. Eden goes single, Butsy question mark. Butsy goes, yeah, I am as of last week.
Oh, no.
Tell us what happened.
Eden.
Tell us what happened, Butsy. What happened? What did he do to you?
Were you watching too much of this?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
If this is the Aussie all-rounders, I'm 17, never realised I was young.
Oh, live your life, mate.
I don't know.
You're never going to afford a house. Just do
I'm
what you
not
wanna
sure I
do.
believe you.
Just do what you want to. Go to Europe tomorrow. Just go.
Thought I was over her, but damn, that's broken me again. I have
Oh, no. Eden.
Eden, I have a friend that loves long distance. You are a fucking... Good bants, bub.
Good pants, bub.
Do you reckon she's watching? Oh, Buttsworth, only kidding.
Oh, good delivery.
Oh, well. Eden just became single, so if you want to hook up...
Well, they're discussing again. You know the bowler route. Fuck off.
That lead 305. Oh, ball.
It's moving now.
Yeah, getting a bit of in-swing on
Good
it.
sign.
Beautiful, good. It can move when we're ahead by 305. 5 wickets in hand. Single this whole cricket test match. I'm actually surprised that you single this whole cricket test match.
So you planned it?
You
that
didn't.
day
You
and
didn't have
watched
to
the cricket?
specify. I think she said because I haven't seen her. Well, there's one way we can sort that out, isn't it, bub? But you know,
She can come sit on the couch. Join the lads.
yeah,
Don't have to say anything.
with her vast cricket knowledge.
She's got to be here.
So what's the thing? Is that a bat? Is it? And if it hits him on the pad, is that like out?
What happens when it hits that rope?
Whose house that? Why are they angry at him?
Why are they yelling at the man?
Well, here we go.
Oh,
Here
this
we
guy
go.
pop with champers.
He looks like he's had a bottle already.
Can't even get a flask in here.
Mark Ocalupo's fucking let himself go, hasn't he?
Oh,
Shot, get through.
shot though.
Oh, there's no one there.
4.
Beautiful. We'll get
4
at least
runs.
3.
No, it's going all the way.
It's gonna get to. It's gonna get to the
Go the
boundary.
ball.
Beautiful. Got the red.
Greenie. Hello.
5 for 218. The lead 309. Beautiful. This is starting to look really good.
These guys can punch in 25, 30 each.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go again. Oh, he's running.
That's more runs. Back-to-back
Oh,
boundaries for Cameron
lovely.
Green. And momentum heading into the lunch break.
Good stuff.
I think that's it. That's lunch
That is lunch.
from India.
I love
I'm
it.
sure he said India.
Fight back, but yeah, I thought he said that too. Great fight back from India.
So that's lunch on day 4. The lead 3-1-3 with 5 wickets in hand. Those last 20 minutes or so, pretty good for us.
Yeah, pivotal.
A pretty even session,
Yeah.
but you would still want to be
Probably
us.
just
You'd want to be
drag the back
Aussies.
in
You'd
that
want to be the
last.
Aussies still in this.
Yeah. And you'd like to think now that 350 lead is going to be a bare minimum here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we did a bit of overtime tonight. Guys,
Time flew.
yeah, no, it was good. Good to see Pete in front of the camera and on the mic.
Yeah. Enjoyable.
What have we got here? Surprised they haven't sent Rude out to have a crack. Is that sexual innuendo? Or is that actually a cricket reference? Couch is comfy. Bet it is, bub. G'day, fellas. I've joined late. What do you reckon the Aussies will be happy with before we send them in? And that's all we've got time for tonight, Nick.
You tell us.
Look, yeah, we were talking, I think, 350 as a bare minimum. Now, you'd probably like to think we can get towards 380. Without Nathan Lyon, I want 400-ish. But, yeah, I think anything above 350, you'd like to think that the odds are in our favour. All right, well, we might end it there. It's been a good session. That actually did fly. We've got Pete, who's going to be a regular fixture throughout the summer, and we've got McFarlane, who only lives around the corner anyway, so
Right.
you should be. How'd you enjoy that one?
Yeah, it's a good one, mate. It's been a good night with you.
Yeah, always.
Always.
Always, mate.
A couple of beers.
Year of the crab? Give
yeah,
us a fucking crab.
crab. You're the crab, baby.
All right, you legends, thanks for joining in again. We'll do it all again tomorrow night. Now, I'm not sure what's going to happen tomorrow. If it is just going to be me on my own, then I'll do it on my own. If I can find some friends tomorrow night, we'll do it. But there is a chance. Look, if the test match is tight, then there is a chance that we'll be running into overtime again tomorrow night. So we'll just play it by ear. But up the Aussies. Hopefully, by the time we speak again, England will be 5 for fuck all, and we can roll them in the first session. But thanks for that tonight, guys. Thanks for having us again, Pete and Ryan. Well done tonight, and we will see you tomorrow night. Goodbye.